5-yard line. 1st and 10 for Ole Miss. Trinidad Chambliss in the gun formation. Looks like our starters are what we thought they would be. Trips to the left with 3 receivers. One of those is Daquan Wright. Wright now comes in motion, settles behind the tackle. Fake on the handoff. Quick pass, far side. Caught there. Breaking a tackle to the 35, the 40 is dribbling. To the 45, the 50. There's a good start for the Ole Miss Rebels into Tulane territory to the 45-yard line. A pickup of about 30. Tackled by Chinchu. It will be exactly 30 yards on the first play of the game for Ole Miss.
Yeah, 101 outside. David Stribling make the corner miss. Just rush down the Tulane sideline. Big pickup.
30-yard pickup to the 45. Fake on a handoff to Lacey. Crossing route. Caught by Wright. He's got it at the 35. 30 to the sidelines at 25. Tiptoeing down the line. Couldn't get to the end zone. They're going to say he's out of bounds around the 20-yard line. So that'll be a pickup of 25 more. Despainey shoved him out of bounds.
Yeah, we thought the tight ends would be a mismatch for their linebacker. A little crossing route with a tight end right, and he just rushed it down the Rebel sideline for another big pickup.
The Rebels are 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Bank First sponsors our first downs. They've sponsored them all year. Handoff to Lacey. Makes one man miss up the middle. The 15, 10, 5. Touchdown! Just like that. The Rebels, lightning fast down the field, take a 6-0 lead.
What a quick first step, David. He really was in the hole. I thought he was going to get tackled for a loss. Made the guy completely miss with that first quick step. Had an angle to the end zone, outran the safety, and the Rebels score after 3 big plays.
You know, John, all year about Kewan Lacey, it's about making guys miss, and he made that first guy just buckle.
Yeah, that's all it took. Made the first guy miss, and he was all the way to the end zone. But what an incredible first drive. 3 plays in the end zone and kicking an extra point. Couldn't ask for much more.
21st touchdown rushing of the year for Lacey. Point after attempt is coming up. Lucas Carnero from Cornelius, North Carolina, drives it through. Of course, your holder is the punter, Oscar Bird. Long snapper's 44, Carter Short. And the Rebels take a 7-0 lead. It took only 3 plays, 75 yards in 59 seconds. A 30-yard strike to Stribling, a 25-yard strike to Wright, and then a 20-yard run by Lacey, and the Rebels in business. Ole Miss got in the green zone to the 20-yard line. Our green zone entries are presented by Wade Incorporated. Visit them online at wadeinc.com. And all touchdowns sponsored by friends at Rebel Rags. Keep buying stuff from Rebel Rags. When you touch down in Oxford, be sure to make Rebel Rags your first stop. Rebel fans celebrating 20 years with Rebel Nation. Rebel Rags, anything, everything, Ole Miss.
Well, David, something I was concerned about coming into this game was pass pro. How well would our offensive line pick that pass protection back up? Trinidad Chambliss, 2 throws there, plenty of time to throw. I thought they passed the test on the first drive.
14:01 into the game, Ole Miss leading 7-0. Now we'll see the defense, if they can be as hot in the first outing. Carnero set to kick, 82 kicks, 73 touchbacks, 89%. And he gets into this one. The Western Kentucky transfer will have yet another touchback. That went all the way to the back pad. TJ Smith is back to receive. You don't want him to return. TJ's pretty good. He's got a 26.7 average and a long of 62 yards. No chance on that one. And now Tulane's turn, Harry, from the 25.
Yeah, Tulane brings the ball out. Retzlaff, we've talked about the quarterback position. He is the guy that makes it absolutely run. He's going to pull the ball quite a bit and run it, keep it. Rebel defensive front's got to be aware of that. There's no deep and outside backers.
Retzlaff will be in a gun formation, and the running back McClure off his right shoulder. Nick Cull is going to start at safety instead of Gushigan, the junior from Donaldson, Georgia, for Ole Miss. There's a handoff left side. McClure's got running room across the 30 to the 34-yard line. There's a 9-yard pickup for Tulane right out of the gate. They really like this freshman. He's kind of risen to the top amongst their running backs. Williams and Cull make the tackle. 2nd and 1.
Yeah, quick hitter McClure. David, they ran behind the left tackle who was missing in the first game for Tulane, but he's back in that lineup.
You got Jalen Braxton playing a corner, looks like. There's the snap. Fake on a handoff. Retzlaff wants to throw. He's going to take it off and run. And he's going to go to the 40, to the 45, to the near side, and out of bounds at midfield. And it'll be a first down for the Tulane Green Wave. Andrew Jones makes the tackle. Good start for Tulane's offense. You know, they've scored 103 points, 64% of their points in the first quarter on the year. And actually, first half, they've scored 64% of their points in the first half, 103 in the first quarter, 140 in the second quarter, only 36 in the second half. So they normally get off to a pretty good start. To the 50, that was a gain of 16 yards. There's a handoff and a stack up there. Not much, couple of yards maybe for McClure, tackled by Xavier Harris.
Yeah, good stop there. Big 51, Xavier Harris, after a short gain, was the guy that made the stop in the middle. But going back to that pass play, David, previously, the Rebels only rushed 3 and dropped 8. That allowed Retzlaff that lane to get it up the field.
So Braxton started at left cornerback, and Gushkin started at the star position, the only change from our starting lineup. That was a 3-yard gain to the 47. Jamarius Brown has just checked in for Harris as well. First time to see Brown. It's 2nd and 7 for Tulane. Jamarius Brown, the sophomore from Moss Point, Mississippi, number 96. Play clock down to 2 seconds. There's a handoff to McClure. Tries the middle, stacked up at the 45 and driven back. Gets a couple of yards. 3rd down and 5 coming up. 12:07 to go in the first quarter. Ole Miss leading 7-0. Brown and Andrew Jones combine on that tackle. Tulane looking at a 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, Jamarius Brown just had come in after Tulane substituted. The Rebels got a chance to substitute. Jamarius Brown, fresh off the sideline, made the tackle and forced a 3rd and long here.
Prince Will. Uman Mielen is in for the first time. Gordon is in at running back the first time. Callaway's in at receiver for Tulane as well. They put this ball at the 46. Only gave him 4 yards, so it's 3rd down and 6 for the Green Wave. Quick pass, quick hitter, caught and stretching to the 40. To the 39 to get the first down as Hayes. He was set up wide left. Quick strike there. Jones and Antonio Kite in the game made the tackle but did not hold him. He picked up 7 for a first down.
He was outside receiver, just waited for the slot to clear it out and then found an opening in the zone. Caught it and stretched forward just enough for the first down. Tulane picks up 4 more downs.
So from the 39-yard line, 1st and 10 for Tulane. They're trying to answer the early score by Ole Miss. This has been a little bit more methodical than the Rebels' drive. Option right, little underneath toss is caught. Ball's out. Recovered by Tulane. It was going to be ruled incomplete. It was a flip to Hayes and Brendan Sullivan. They had both quarterbacks in, and the ball came out, but they're going to rule it incomplete, even though Holyfield, the center, looked like he landed on it, recovered it. But the incompletion will make it 2nd down and 10. Let's check with John Darnell, had a field level view of that one.
They did that the first game. They brought the backup quarterback in to run a few plays, and they just used a shovel pass to the right side. It was just an incomplete pass.
Retzlaff back in now as his tight end in motion. That's Justin Reed in the game. Handoff left side. Oh, what a stick at the 39-yard line. That's Gordon. As he went off left tackle, Eccles met him and drove him backwards. They'll spot it at the 38. It'll be a 1-yard gain. 3rd down and 9 coming up.
Yeah, Will Eccles, David, the young sophomore who was voted to first team All-SEC. I think it was the AP poll. He's just gotten better each and every game. Great tackle right there, driving it back. Lost his headgear, had to come out for this play.
Big play right here. The Rebels trying to get the Green Wave off the field. The ball is at the 38-yard line. 3rd down and a long 9, looks like. Trips to the right for Retzlaff. Ball's on the left hash. There's the snap. Here comes the blitz. He's back to throw. Fires far side. Got his man. A stretching and diving effort on an out route at the 29-yard line is Brown Stevens, the junior from Springfield, Ohio. And he gets the first down. Williams on the tackle. That was a heck of a effort there to the 29 for the first down. 10-yard pickup.
Yeah, good job of running that quick out ride. It was cleared out by the 2 outside receivers and was able to get away from the DB just enough to catch that ball thrown very well by Retzlaff.
Tulane picked up the rush pretty nicely there to give Retzlaff enough time to throw. Empty set as the back clears out. Now he comes back to the backfield and it's a handoff to Gordon off right tackle. He gets inside the 25 to the 23 before he's driven back, and that'll be about a 5-yard or 6-yard gain depending upon the spot. Andrew Jones on the tackle. 9:23 to go first quarter. Ole Miss leads Tulane 7-0. I think this is going to be the 10th play of the drive. When you think about it, Ole Miss just scored on 3 plays in less than a minute. Tulane has just gradually moved the ball down the field, and they're in position to tie this one up.
Yeah, they're kind of leaning on both of those freshman backs, David. They're young, but very, very quick.
They put it at the 23. 2nd down, about 4 for Tulane. There's the snap, back to throw, pressure again, he fires, intercepted by Ole Miss at the 10-yard line. Braxton's got it, he reverses field, comes back to the sidelines on the 20 to the 25. 5. And there comes a late flag as well. Jalen Braxton on a pass. He was trying to hit Shackelford, the wideout, a senior from Decatur, Alabama, who's another Washington State transfer. But the pass sailed crazily. Braxton got his first interception of the year. We got to wait and see what the flag's all about as well. But that'll stop the drive, it does appear. Let's see, though, about the penalty.
I think it's a horse collar, but they haven't called that. Right there on the Ole Miss sideline, David, the ball was thrown on a deep slant route and out in front of the receiver, and Braxton really was ahead of the receiver and made a great interception and turned the ball over.
After the interception and during the return, personal foul, horse collar tackle, passing team number 15. A 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the play. First down, Ole Miss. Timeout on the field.
It's a 15-yard return. Before we go to break, let's check with John Darnell. What an interception for Braxton there.
Yeah, that's right. We got pressure from that side that they were throwing it to, just like we did the play before, but they completed it. And I think that had something to do with him trying to throw the ball too early, and he just threw it too far in front of him, and Braxton made a good interception.
Zachara Lewis, the wideout's the one that had the horse collar tackle. We'll be back on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End of friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you're planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check Kirk Herbstreit's pregame analysis first before talking to your brother-in-law.
In this game, the key thing to watch will be the offensive line versus the front seven. If they can get pressure without blitzing, this could be a long night.
Okay, Kirk.
I know stuff.
Ooh, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
This is the College Football Playoff. The action returns after this timeout from your local station on the Ole Miss Sports Network from Learfield. Presented by Trustmark Bank. People you trust. Advice that works.
You said you'd never buy your kid candy from the checkout aisle. Or forget extra diapers. You'd never lick your thumb to clean their face. Never, ever become a minivan mom. So when you say you'd never leave your child in a hot car, no, it can happen. Cars get hot fast, and kids can be at risk in temperatures as low as 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
We just kind of knew from the beginning that we were family.
They showcase a sense of love that I never had before. I mean, he's not only my parent, he's like my best friend.
At the end of the day, it's all been worth it. I wouldn't change a thing about our lives.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. Brought to you by Adopt U.S. Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Rebels have the ball at the 40-yard line, leading 7-0, 8:47 to go first quarter. Here's the first snap, and that's going to be to Lacey. He has a hold, 45, 50, sidelines the 40 to the 35, and out of bounds at the 31-yard line with the penalty on the horse collar. After the interception, Rebels are set up at their own 40. Chinchu will make the tackle, and this will be all the way down to they put it actually at the 30-yard line, so it's a 30-yard gain. Boy, a lot of chunk plays for the Rebels already offensively. Alexander and Watkins are in as wideouts right now for Ole Miss, too. Fake on a toss, rolling to his right. Chambliss fires, has his man caught at the 15, to the 10, to the 5, spun down and dropped at the 4 is Deuce Alexander.
Yeah, Deuce Alexander comes completely across the field on a crossing route, David. Nice throw by Chambliss, plenty of time, and got it down inside the 5.
26 to Deuce. The Rebels are in the Wade Incorporated green zone. There's a handoff to Lacey. Lacey hit at the line of scrimmage and dropped for no gain. Hey, don't forget Mississippi Baptist Medical Center was selected as the #1 hospital in Mississippi and the #1 hospital in the Jackson, Mississippi region by U.S. News and World Report for the 7th year in a row. For more info, visit baptistonline.org/MBMC. Rebels with a first down a moment ago, another bank first down, and now in the green zone trying to get this TD at the 4-yard line. We got two tight ends in. Bruckler and Haas are both in now. They're both on the right side. Handoff, or fake on the handoff, and Chambliss keeps it off the left side. He steps in the end zone. Touchdown, Trinidad. That's his 7th of the year.
Beautiful read option, David. He could have handed it off at the same hole with Kwan Lacey, but he just pulled it and followed him right through the hole. And Kwan actually picked off a defender, and Trinidad just walked it in for the score.
Let's check with JD on the field.
Yeah, just a good read, like Harry said. What another good drive for Ole Miss. 2 big plays to Lacey, and then the pass across the field to Deuce Alexander. He's so explosive, turning it upfield and getting down to the 5-yard line, and us taking it in.
Point after attempt for Carnero. Rebels to go up 14-0 if he makes it, and he drills it through with 7:26 to play in the first quarter. Ole Miss takes advantage of the turnover. The offense has been blistering Tulane's defense. 14-0 Rebels on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
Inspired by the moments that matter. The last-second touchdowns. The rivals outranked. The play fakes that surprised everyone. Especially the other guy's defense. At C-Spire, we connect you with all of it, on and off the field. With nationwide 5G wireless, fiber home internet, and business IT solutions. Because we're not just in your town, we're on your team. C-Spire. Customer inspired.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just non-stop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
In the end zone, touchdown!
Ole Miss, Tulane. This is the College Football Playoff on the Ole Miss Sports Network from Learfield. Presented by Trustmark Bank.
The day you need to use your insurance is rarely a good one. It's when the ceiling leaks or a storm takes out your roof and your plans. Cincinnati Insurance understands. For 75 years, they've shown up with expertise and personal attention that make bad days better. From protecting your home to ensuring your most valuable possessions, they're there when it matters most. Because when the unexpected happens, you deserve support. You deserve the Cincinnati Insurance Companies. Let us make your bad day better. Find an independent agent at CINFIN.com.
Oh, Hilton stay, your beds are soft and cozy. No lumpy couch, no stiff futon, no shower line at crack of dawn. Oh, Hilton stay, our holiday you're saving.
When you want holiday comfort you can count on, it matters where you stay. This season, enjoy spacious, comfortable rooms and friendly service when you book with Hilton instead. Hilton for the stay.
4 plays, 60 yards for Ole Miss after the interception by Braxton. 4-yard touchdown rush for Chambliss. We had a 30-yard rush for Lacey, a 26-yard catch for Alexander in that drive. 5 of 7 plays for Ole Miss are 30, 25, 20, 30, and 26. The Rebels are averaging 19.3 yards per play in this game. Keywan Lacey has just passed K.O. Dotley for second place in the single-season rushing yards with 1,329. Quinchon Judkins holds the record in 22. Q got 1,567. Time for the ensuing kickoff as Carnero will kick it off. Rebels up 14-0, 7:26 to go first quarter. This one will go through the end zone. The Rebels Can Do comes in red. Fourth downs are sponsored by Mid-South Ag Equipment. Your North Mississippi Case IH equipment dealer. Getting the job done starts with choosing the right red tractor. Let Mid-South Ag Equipment help find the right red tractor for your operation. With locations in Byhalia, Tunica, Clarksdale, and Sumter, or visit them online at midsouthag.com because Can Do comes in red.
Well, a great start, David. Two series of football for the Ole Miss offense, 2 scores. Now we're playing some defense. Let's get another turnover and get this thing going.
Deshaun Womack comes into the game at defensive end, the junior from Baltimore, Maryland, a transfer from LSU. 6 quarterback hurries. He's had a good year for Ole Miss. Taj Chambers is in at linebacker, senior from Arlington, Texas, transfer from Missouri State. Here's the Handoff up the gut by McClure. He'll get about 5 yards out of it. Williams on the tackle. And Sage Ryan is checked in, too, another LSU transfer, the senior from Lafayette, Louisiana. Had 3 picks for ULM last year as he was from ULM. And now in his 3rd stop, Sage Ryan. He's playing safety. 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5 for Tulane. Send a receiver in motion. That's Lewis. There's the snap. Retzloff wants to run right, lowers his head, hit at the line of scrimmage, gains nothing on that one here.
Good job there by setting the edge, David. I believe that's who's helping him up over there.
Eccles and Daugherty on the tackle.
Yeah, good job over there by big number 5. Franklin looks like it set the edge, and good job there by Daugherty, number 6, getting in on the tackle.
Tulane is 2 of 2 on 3rd downs. And they've got a 3rd down they're dealing with here from the 30-yard line. 3rd down, a long 5 is just shy of the 30. They send a man in motion to the far side. They have slot receivers left and right. Here's the snap. Pressure off the edge. Retzloff runs, dumps it downfield, has it caught, and then knocked out of bounds at the 37 is Anthony Brown-Stevens. What a great catch from the former SEC product in Kentucky. Antonio Kite popped him pretty good, but he held on to it at the 38-yard line. That's a gain of 8, 1st down, Green Wave.
Yeah, really fortunate. Brown-Stevens fell as he come out of his break going outside, and then the quarterback was able to break containment and was able to throw a little pass over the top of the corner, and they moved the chains.
1st and 10 for Tulane as they convert on the 3rd down. Under center is Jake Retzloff here. Takes the snap, back to throw. Runs to his right, lost it downfield. We lost the receiver, wide open and slipping out of bounds after making the catch at the 45 is Omari Hayes. He's a sophomore from Sarasota, Florida, who was at Florida Atlantic. He's 2nd on the team in catches with 35, 463 yards and a TD. And, man, we did not pick him up at all. And to the 45, that's a 17-yard gain, another 1st down for Tulane.
No, not sure what the breakdown in coverage there was, David, but number 1 came completely across the field and just flashed open for a nice gain.
1st down, the Ole Miss 45 on the grab by Hayes. 2 backs in the backfield. Fake on a handoff. Retzloff's going to run straight ahead, and he will get to the 41-yard line, gain 4. A little quick hitter by a quarterback. Taj Chambers on the tackle, the linebacker for Ole Miss. Nothing fancy there, John, just up the gut with a quarterback.
Yeah, just quarterback read, and we're doing a good job on the quarterback runs right now. We're just not containing those 3rd downs. They're able to slip out, and we're losing the receivers.
4:44 to go, 1st quarter, clock running. Ole Miss leading 14-0. Tulane 2nd and 6 from the Rebel 41. There's the handoff to McClure who's in there. Comes off left tackle, slips, gets hit once, and then driven back at the 38. But he will get 3 out of that, leaving the Green Wave with a 3rd and 3.
Well, Coach Golden talked about tackling being such a big thing today, David. I think the Rebel secondary has done a good job of coming up and making stops, turning those running backs around. But here you got another 3rd down conversion. I think Tulane is 100% on the day. You'd like to get a stop.
Brown, Braxton, and Williams all in on that tackle on the little freshman McClure. He's been a great running back for Tulane. He's off the left shoulder of Retzloff here on 3rd and 3 from the Ole Miss 38. In motion goes Reed, the tight end. There's the handoff, and Eccles reaches and slams running back McClure to the ground. I thought he was going to get the 1st down easy. Eccles slid over and grabbed him and spun him down, dropped him to the 37, a 1-yard gain. 4th and 2, though, for the Green Wave. On 4th downs in game 1, they were 0 for 3 against us. They have been 12 of 16 in all other games, 75%. Go figure that. They had a bad day here in Oxford on 4th downs earlier in the season, but they've been great on 4th downs. They've got 4th and 2 here.
Well, they got nothing to lose, David. Coming in there as the underdog, they're definitely going to go for it.
3 receivers right, tight to the tackle. They've got a running back off the right shoulder of Retzloff. Play clock down to 2, and now Tulane will have to call a timeout. They were taking too long to get in position. Maurice Turner checked in as the running back. He's a redshirt junior from Nichols, Georgia, transfer from Louisville. He was Tulane's number 1 back, but had been hurt, but he comes in and there was a little confusion on what side to put him, and so they had to burn the timeout. We'll take a break as well. 3:13 to go in the 1st quarter here in the college football playoff in Oxford, Mississippi. Ole Miss 14, Tulane nothing on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
Farming is probably the most natural thing for a person to do. It taught me how to take pride in my work, how to put something ahead of myself.
whether it was getting up early to feed the livestock or working late to bring in the harvest. Farming taught me to give it my best, no matter the job. My name is Tanner. I'm a farmer. I work for Case IH.
Case IH, built by farmers.
This is professional ball player Jake Mangum. I know what it's like to live, eat, breathe, and play in Mississippi. And no other insurance company competes on my level like Mississippi Farm Bureau Insurance. I love my home team at Farm Bureau because they get me and they get what I need. Visit favrates.com for great rates on home and auto insurance. Or find a local agent at msfbins.com. Farm Bureau Insurance. Go with the home team.
This is Ole Miss football from Learfield.
Hey, Dad, how do airplanes fly? What's in this box? Is this tree good for climbing? How are babies made? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Talking to them about gun safety in your home is a good first step, but you can do more. Always keep your guns locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
You wanted to be cool, which led you to smoking, which led to a pack a day. Then you met that special someone, which led to starting a life with them, which led to wanting to live longer, which led to quitting. Then you heard you may be at risk for lung cancer, which led you to getting a low-dose CT scan. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
As we come back, we owe you a station identification. Let's pause 10 seconds on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
Hey, this is Chris Doring. Did you know SiriusXM has a channel dedicated to nothing but the SEC? It's SiriusXM SEC Radio. Just head to the SiriusXM app and search SEC.
Got a stripe out going on here. A lot of other activities planned for the game. We have red and blue sections, navy blue and red scattered throughout. Looks really good right now. A big fourth down for Tulane. Ole Miss leading 14-0, 3:13 to go first quarter. Green Wave with a 4th down and 2 from the Rebel 37. As they will go for it. 3 receivers to the right, again tight to the tackle. There's the snap. Retzlaff back to throw. Crossing route's going to be dropped at the 30-yard line. He threw it into a window between 2 DBs to Hayes. Great throw. And Graves and Dottery both were in there, John, and he just did not hold on to it.
Yeah, a tight window. That formation looked like they're going to throw it all the way. And, yeah, he just dropped it. Dropped the ball. But we had 2 guys right there on the coverage, but big turnover on down for the Rebels.
Well, that's exactly what happened in the first contest. They were 0 for 3 on 4th down. 0 for 1 today, David. The Rebel offense back on the field.
First time in the game for Graves on that play as well, but, boy, that was just a drop. Rebels will take over at the 37 on a failed 4th down effort. They're 0 for 4 on 4th downs against Ole Miss on the year now, counting the 0 for 3 in the first game. Ole Miss with the ball again. The offense has really been fantastic. See if they can keep it going. Here comes an offside blitz. Chambliss in trouble, and he's sacked at the 30. Boy, you felt that one coming. That's a 7-yard loss as they come off the edge and get the sack. It's Chris Rogers, the linebacker, and also the Bandit linebacker, Mo Westmoreland. He's a redshirt senior from Houston, Texas, transferred in from UTEP for them. He had a quarterback sack in the championship game against North Texas. He also has an interception on the year. He'll get the sack there. And, boy, the Rebels now 2nd and long. That's the worst play of the day. 2nd and 17 for Ole Miss. There's the snap, back to throw. Chambliss fires, a little hitch route, caught at the 35 there by Alexander, but he's tackled immediately by Chris Rogers. That'll be a 5-yard gain. The Rebels are left with a 3rd down and 12 now.
Yeah, don't have a lot of calls you can make for 3rd and 12, David, but the Rebels, I feel sure, will put it up.
Trips to the left. 3 receivers over that. Over on that side. One of those is Caden Lee in the slot. Wide out Stribling. And you've got Wright over there as well. Here on the near side is Alexander. There's the snap. 4-man rush. Chambliss has time. Fires to Daquan Wright's got it complete at the 42. He's tackled immediately on a hitch route. He didn't run far enough to get the first down. So that'll be a 7-yard gain. It's 4th down and 5 for Ole Miss. Rogers and Despaney on the tackle.
Well, that's a play you hope you can complete, and maybe you're going to miss as the Rebels line up for 4th down here. See if we're going to try to pull them off sides.
They put it at the 43, so it's 4th down and 4. Let's see if Ole Miss trying to pull Tulane or going for it. The Rebels are 8 of 27, 67% on the year on 4th downs. From the 43 of Ole Miss. Clapping his hands, no snap. Tulane does not appear to be jumping off sides, and play clock's down to 2-1, and they'll let it expire. It'll be a penalty against the Rebels.
Offense, 5-yard penalty.
The 5-yard penalty bring back to 38. It's a good job of Tulane's defense being disciplined there, and Ole Miss will punt away. So Tulane saying, wow, finally we were able to figure out a way to get Ole Miss's offense off the field.
Yeah, they did a good job. The sack contributed to that. A lot of, I think it was 2nd and 17.
Please reset the game clock to 1:16. It will start on my signal.
Oscar Bird will punt, the freshman from Sydney, Australia. 24-year-old freshman, as we've talked about in the past. He's got a 45.9 average. His longest is 64. And Amari Hayes is back to receive for Tulane, standing at the 16. His longest return this year, 16 yards. Kind of a sidewinder kick, hits at the 25 and rolls out of bounds inside the 20, around the 17 or 18-yard line. We'll see where they spot that one. Ends up being about a 45-yard kick maybe. We got a timeout with 1:05 to play in the first quarter, 14-0. Ole Miss is leading Tulane, 44-yard punt with no return, and the Green Wave will have it at the 18-yard line when we resume action. Founded and based in Oxford, Roostas offers numerous belt options to complete your look for Ole Miss's first college football playoff appearance. From red and blue woven stretch belts to licensed needlepoint and embroidered styles, Roostas belts are the perfect finishing touch to your Ole Miss look. Pick one up at shoproostas.com. That's shop, ROOSTAS.com. Use the discount code REBTALK, as they were a sponsor on Reb Talk this week. And when you check out, you get a 15% discount if you'll use Reb Talk on your next order.
Well, David, Tulane has had the ball twice. They put together both long drives. That's exactly what they came in here wanting to do. They want to hold the football, run clock, keep this Ole Miss offense over here on the sideline. But neither drive has ended in scoring for them. First was an interception. The second was a 4th down miss, and Rebels defense held both times. But Rebels once again had to punt right there, and Tulane for the 3rd drive of the first quarter will get started here with 1:05.
Eli Manning was honored during one timeout. Patrick Willis. Patrick led this stadium in hidey-tidy. John Darnell, are you next?
I don't think so. Not in that class, but Wesley Walls is last. And see Terrence Metcalf. I've seen several guys that come back. They're all here today, guys. It's a special day.
We got royalty in the house, don't we, John?
That's right.
Yeah, Terrence Metcalf just inducted in the College Football Hall of Fame a couple weeks ago up in New York. I think it was in New York. It used to be for sure.
All right, I'm going to hand out the Santa hats. You ready? Everybody in stands, I brought us some Santa hats, too. Are you ready? If you're watching us on Behind the Mic, you'll get to see this. So we're going to join. Let's put them on. Here we go. We're going to join the fans here at the radio crew. And this will be a new record. Your head's too big. A new record, Guinness Book record, number of people at one place wearing a Santa Claus hat. 64,000 or whatever it is. So a new record breaks the old record of 24,000, and we got ours on, right? Fish, you look goofy in that hat, boy. So does Rick. Rick looks goofy in that hat, too. Hello. Yay, we got the Santa hat. Houston's got one on.
Well, Santa's the only one supposed to have one on, right?
All right. Norsworthy's not participating, so he doesn't get to claim part of the record in the future. All right.
What's up back there, Stats?
We did it. How about that?
Now we just went over 64,000 with Stats.
Oh, did you put one on? Look at Stats.
He
Way
got
to go.
one on. It's like
hey, did you wear your Christmas tie? He did.
Look at there.
Look how he's dressed. Good gracious.
All right, here we go.
Rest of us ought to be ashamed. All right, Tulane will start at the 18-yard line, ready to get back underway. Ole Miss leading 14-0, 1:05 to go. First quarter, fake on a handoff. Resloff dumps it downfield, caught at the 35, down the sidelines, the 40, to the 50, to the 40, still on his feet at the 25, and wrestled out of bounds at the 22 is Chaz Preston, the junior from James, Louisiana. What a big play for the Green Wave. Gushigan and Williams finally got him out of bounds. It was just kind of a lob throw. It ends up being a huge gainer for Tulane all the way to the Ole Miss 25. That's 57 yards.
Yeah, big play. They ran two receivers in the left flat of the Tulane offense and could have hit either one of them, but Preston came down with it, and the other receiver turned into the blocker, and he just rushed it down the field.
1st and 10 at the Ole Miss 25 for Tulane. Quick pass near side, a screen set up, little bubble screen inside the 20 to the 16 goes Carl Lewis. And he will have a pickup of 9 yards. It'll be 2nd and 1. Williams and Daugherty on the tackle.
Yeah, good play call there by Tulane, David. The Rebel corners were all backed off. They had a blocker and a receiver out there, a little bubble screen, and just simply by the time he caught it, defenders were back 8 or 9 yards to pick up a quick 9.
They gave him 8, actually put it at the 17, so 2nd down and 2 for the Green Wave, and now we have a whistle.
That's the end of the first quarter.
Quarter comes to an end as it wraps up quarter number 1. Tulane threatening, trying to get back in the game after 1. Ole Miss leading 14-0 here in the college football playoff game in Oxford. We'll take a break on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
Vaught Hemingway Stadium, home of the Rebels, where over 64,000 voices rise to a crescendo, helping turn big plays into Mississippi mayhem. Ford trucks have an iconic tradition too, like Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks 48 years straight. Drive F-150, official truck of the Rebels, only at your Mississippi Ford dealer, based on 1977 and 2024 total sales.
Sometimes a girl in my class doesn't bring anything to eat for lunch.
The truth is, in America, 1 in 5 kids worry about their next meal.
I want everybody to have yummy food.
So do we. That's why Kroger donates surplus fresh food from our shelves to your local food bank. We've provided over 3.5 billion meals through our Zero Hunger, Zero Waste plan. Visit Kroger.com to see how you can help fight hunger and waste in our community.
Because nobody should have an empty tummy.
This is Rebels football on the Ole Miss Sports Network from Learfield.
Looking for the perfect gift? I'm Chris Riccobono, founder of Untuck It, and I can tell you, guys love unwrapping our shirts. And right now, we have an incredible sale featuring our top presents. From wrinkle-free styles to cozy layers for family photos, you'll find something for every guy on your list. And the best part? He'll actually wear it. Shop the holiday sale happening now at untuckit.com in more than 80 stores worldwide. Untuck It, shirts designed to be worn untucked. We just make guys look better.
The day you need to use your insurance is rarely a good one. It's when the ceiling leaks or a storm takes out your roof and your plans. Cincinnati Insurance understands. For 75 years, they've shown up with expertise and personal attention that make bad days better. From protecting your home to ensuring your most valuable possessions, they're there when it matters most. Because when the unexpected happens, you deserve support. You deserve the Cincinnati Insurance Companies. Let us make your bad day better. Find an independent agent at CINFIN.com.
Oxford. Ole Miss after 1, leading Tulane 14-0. Test drive Ford F-150, official truck of the Ole Miss Rebels, at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Like the Rebels, this truck has a strong tradition earned with outstanding capability and smart features like a mobile generator. That's how you create a fan favorite. Go Rebs. First quarter, Ole Miss had 141 yards of offense on 10 plays, but Tulane had 155 on 20 plays. Twice as many plays for the Green Wave, although time possessions in their favor as well, 10:37 to 4:23. Rebels are leading, though, 14-0. Trinidad Chambliss in quarter number 1 was 5 for 5 for 94 yards, but Retzloff 6 of 8 for 107 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception. From the 17, 2nd and 2, it's a reverse, and coming to the near side, hit in the backfield, and then finally dropped back at the 22-yard line is Anthony Brown-Stevens. Rebels read that well. Several navy blue jerseys over there, led by the tackle of William Eccles.
Yeah, good job there, David. They ran a reverse, but the Rebel defense with the speed on the outside was able to come up and turn that thing back in, and a whole host of Rebels at that point cleaned it up.
4-yard loss to the 21. So Tulane getting a little fancy there. Cost them its 3rd and 6. They are 3 of 4 on 3rd downs in the game. Ready to go from the right hash at the 16-yard line. 2 receivers to the left. The lone back is Gordon. There's the snap. Retzlaff with pressure. Fires. Incomplete at the 15-yard line. Stepping in front of the pass intended for Preston was Jalen Braxton. And John, he might have had a shot even for a pick there for a moment.
Yeah, just not a very good pass. He threw it too far inside, and nobody could get to it. But big stop there on 3rd down after the good drive by Tulane.
They'll attempt the field goal here. It'll be Patrick Durkin from Plainfield, Illinois. 50-yard field goal against South Alabama, longest for Tulane since 2013. He hit that one early in the year. He's had a great year, 24 of 27, 52 yards. He had a 34-yard field goal against the Rebels in the first game. This is at the 29, so a 39-yard effort for the right footer. On the year, he's perfect in this range, 11 of 11. There's the kick, and it's on its way, and it's good. He's 12 for 12, and Tulane is on the board. It's Ole Miss 14, Tulane 3. But a good stop on that 2nd down, Harry, that cost him on the 3rd down, allowed the Rebels to force the field goal.
You know, David, sometimes coaches can get just too cute about their play calling. So they've been throwing the ball down the field very well, running between the tackles, and then you're going to run a reverse. And the Rebel speed on defense simply, blew that play up. They lost that, and then the slant route didn't work. And all of a sudden, Tulane is going up and down the field on 3 different drives, come away with only 3 points out of the 3 drives. So the Rebels, I think you call that bend but don't break. That's exactly what we did right there.
That drive was a minute 59, 5 plays, 61 yards, and ended in a 39-yard field goal by Durkin. They had that huge 57-yard pass to Preston. And, John, they really had 2 guys open there almost side by side on that play.
Yeah, I mean, he came up. We had a lot of cushion over there, and I thought that's a lot of cushion for 3rd and 5. But just made a bad throw. It's almost like he wanted the receiver to keep going, and the receiver stopped.
Ready to kick now is Durkin for the Tulane Green Wave. David Kellum, Harry Harrison with you here. John Darnell on the field. We've got Fish Robinson spotting defense. Rick McKay spotting offense. Chris Maples handling our stats. Houston McDavid taking care of the engineering. Of course, we heard Brett and Richard in the pregame show earlier with Kieran. Appreciate all our staff. Here's the kick, and that's going to go into the end zone as well and be another touchback, and Ole Miss will start at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, this game features 2 really good kickers, David. We're getting to see kickoffs on both sides here, and no run-backs today, I predict.
Ole Miss's best quarter all year offensively has been the 2nd. You sometimes wonder why. We've scored 447 points coming into today, 160 in the 2nd quarter. That's 36% of the points. It's kind of like the Rebels kind of eased into the game and then really explode in quarter number 2. We sort of exploded in quarter number 1 today. See if we can keep it going. You got 2 tight ends. Luke Haas from Bixby, Oklahoma, the transfer from Arkansas, and Trace Bruckler from Frisco, Texas. And there's a handoff, and that's Lacey. Lacey straight ahead gets to the 29 before being grabbed and driven back. With that 2 tight end setup, you kind of felt like you might be trying to run the ball. Guidry and White combined on the stop. Jordan Guidry's a freshman from Ruston, Louisiana, playing for Tulane. So 2nd down and 6 for Ole Miss from the 29-yard line left hash. Quick snap again. Hand off to Lacey again, working off the left side. He's upended and dropped at the 31, a 2-yard gain. 3rd down and 4 coming up. Nice tackle by Kevin Adams. Adams is a backup safety, sophomore from Louisiana. He's got 2 interceptions of the year. That time a good tackle. So 3rd down for the Rebels here. 3rd down and 4. Ole Miss is 0 of 1 on 3rd downs. We haven't had very many 3rd downs. Twin receivers left and right. Tulane with a shift across the line of scrimmage. They got 6 across the front, or actually 5 across the front with 1 middle linebacker, looks like. And now a timeout's going to be called by Ole Miss.
Timeout, Ole Miss.
Rebels didn't like something they saw, so decided to call the timeout with 13-11 to go in the 2nd quarter, and Ole Miss leading 14-3. We'll take a timeout as well. We'll be back shortly as you're listening to Ole Miss football from Learfield.
Celebrate the season at Oxford's Holly Jolly Holidays. Now through January 4th, stroll through the Walk of Lights, featuring brand new displays like Santa's Toy Box and the Gingerbread Village. Lace up for real ice skating at Oxford on Ice, and follow the Peppermint Trail for festive fun throughout town. Plan your visit today at visitoxfordms.com and follow along on social media at visitoxfordms.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, to check if they're going for it on 4th down. before going to the concession stand.
Yeah, give me 3 hot dogs, 2 jumbo.
What? Hey, buddy, you want cheese with those?
Yeah, checking first is smart.
No.
So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
This is the College Football Playoff. The action returns after this timeout from your local station on the Ole Miss Sports Network from Learfield. Presented by Trustmark Bank. People you trust. Advice that works.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
If you build a relationship, then it becomes easier. If you build trust, it becomes easier. As a parent, you want what's best for your child. To give them the love that a child needs. It's probably the best thing you do for a teenager.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
You say you never give in to a meltdown and never fill your feed with kid photos. You say you'd never put a pacifier in your mouth to clean it and never let them run wild through the grocery store. So when you say you'd never let them get into a car without you there, no, it can happen. 1 in 4 hot car deaths happen when a kid gets into an unlocked car and can't get out. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Sea of Santa hats still on the heads of the fans here in Oxford as we've got 13-11 to play in the second quarter. Ole Miss is leading Tulane 14-3 on a gorgeous day. What an unusual, beautiful day.
Sun-drenched.
Here in December. Ole Miss Online is here to get you ready for this career or the next by earning an affordable graduate or undergraduate degree with the University of Mississippi. You'll join others across the country in expanding your network and advancing your career. Find out more on our website at online.olemiss.edu. Rebels are faced with a 3rd and 4 from the 31-yard line left hash. Coming out of the timeout, trips to the right for Chambliss. He's got Lacey off his left shoulder. Now he brings the receivers in tighter to the tackles. Lacey goes in motion. Now it's an empty set. There's the snap. Here comes the blitz. He wants to throw. He's in trouble. Runs to his right. Lost it downfield. He's got his man Stribling, who gets the first down on a second effort. Just barely broke that tackle. Got across the stick to the 37-yard line. A 6-yard pickup and a bank first down for Ole Miss.
Yeah, Trinidad escaped the rush, David, and then just tiptoed down the sideline to the receiver.
There's a handoff to Lacey, left side. He'll get to the 40-yard line. A pickup of 3 looks like. 2nd down and 7. You know, broken tackles, John, have been important for our offense. Not only Lacey, the running back, but several receivers have been good at it, too.
Oh, for sure. And then, yeah, Lacey is the king of that. But a good play by Trinidad there. They did a twist, and the guy came free. And he was able to beat him to the outside and find Stribling in the flat over there for the first down.
Jordan Norman and Kevin Adams made that last tackle on Lacey. There's the snap. Quick pass downfield, incomplete. Not on the same page there. Stribling was still going on a go route, and he threw it behind him at his feet, 5 yards shy. So 2nd down and 7 becomes 3rd down and 7 with that incompletion.
Yeah, I think that was just a throwaway, David. He couldn't find anybody open. Good protection up front, but I think he simply threw it towards the receiver to get rid of it.
First incompletion of the game. Well, he threw his hands out like confusion, so I don't think he was doing that on purpose. Chambliss, after the play, kind of threw his hands out like they weren't on the same page in the route there, maybe. Still got a chance, looking for a 3rd down and 7 to keep this drive alive. There's the snap. Crossing route, incomplete. It was high and behind the intended receiver, Deuce Alexander. Maybe should have caught that one, John, but it flew through his hands.
Yeah, I thought he should have caught that, too. A slant route. It looked like they were man covered, brought some pressure. But, yeah, you're right. After the replay, you throw it a little high. You got to throw that slant right in their stomach.
That's right.
I mean, you got to throw it right in there. That's a hard pass to throw, but that's where you got to throw it to complete it.
Oscar Bird is set to punt. Back to receive for Tulane is Hayes, and he's standing at the 19-yard line. Of course, the snapper is Carter Short. Tulane looks like they're going for the block, and they will bring several. He just did get that one away. They had some guys back there. It's going to be caught at the 16, trying to return it is Hayes, and he's going to be gobbled up and dropped around the 18, 19-yard line. And that is number 3, Sage Ryan, in on that tackle, and we've got another timeout. 12:01 to go, quarter number 2. Carter Short, the snapper, was also down there on that tackle as they'll start at the 19-yard line after a 43-yard punt, 2-yard return. Ole Miss leading 14-3. Tulane will have the ball when we come back on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
There's team pride, and then there's extra Ole Miss pride. When I'm carrying the Ole Miss Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card, that's exactly what I get. Whether I'm grabbing some extra Ole Miss gear or picking up an extra dozen wings for the game, this card always brings it. Sometimes I get an extra hottie toddy from the cashier too. Visit Regions.com/Go Rebels to get yours.
Extra changes everything. And at Regions, Extra is our ordinary. Official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC.
Life is loud, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you. So why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. To get started, find an agent at shelterinsurance.com. Wear your shield. Wear your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Ole Miss, Tulane. This is the College Football Playoff on the Ole Miss Sports Network from Learfield, presented by Trustmark Bank.
With Multiview from Xfinity, you can watch up to 4 football games at once, which can lead to some tough choices.
French toast nibblers or breakfast nachos?
Actually, I was thinking about heading out only because I want to beat the traffic.
The best part of the sleepover is the next day. I was going to throw the games on.
Bobby Big Wheels.
I mean, how can you call yourself a sports fan without Xfinity? We got the multi-view.
The best college and pro games all in one place. I'm not going anywhere.
This is how football was meant to be watched. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Multiview requires Xfinity 4K capable TV box.
From ticket drops and gas for the away game to fourth quarter glizzies, college-branded Venmo debit cards let you flex some school pride with every purchase and earn perks with some of your favorite brands. Score 15% cash back at ESPN, 1 free year of Perplexity Pro, and more. No minimum balance, no hidden fees, just school spirit in every tap. Get your Venmo debit card today. Learn more at venmo.com/collegecard. Max cash back varies. Terms apply. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank N.A.
12 minutes, 1 second to go in the second quarter here in Oxford. Ole Miss leads Tulane 14-3. First 2 drives for the Rebel offense, 7 plays, 135 yards, a bunch of chunk plays, and 2 touchdowns. Drives 3 and 4, 9 plays, only 16 yards and 2 punts. So Tulane has done much better defensively. They've got the ball down 11 at their own 19-yard line after the 43-yard punt. In for the first time is Andrew Maddox getting a chance to play, freshman from Hattiesburg and Oak Grove High School for Ole Miss on the edge. There's a handoff. Running left is McClure. He's got room across the 25 up to the 29-yard line. He'll pick up 9. It will be, or pick up, he gets to 10. He got the first down. He got 10. Wydette Williams on the tackle. So a first down for Tulane. Harry and I had a chance to talk to Andrew's dad at practice a couple of times this week. Of course, A.J. Maddox, the freshman quarterback, is also Andrew's brother. Got a brother playing over at Oxford High School. Here's the snap. Back to throw as Retzloff sets up a screen far side. Caught over there, spinning toward the sidelines twice and knocked out of bounds around the 30-yard line for only a 1-yard gain. Antonio Kite on the tackle, maybe a no-yard gain. That was a lot of window dressing, John, for not much.
Yeah, trying to sprint to the right and throw it back to the left. We just got too much speed for a play like that.
Second down and 10 on a no-gainer at the 29.
Looked like a Tupelo High School trick play.
11:02 to go. Clock running. 14-3, Ole Miss leading. T.J. Banks is in the backfield for the first time for Ole Miss, a sophomore from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Pistol formation here. McClure is standing behind Retzloff. There's the handoff to McClure. Off the left side, gets good blocking, and he pops it to the 40-yard line and will pick up 11 before he's knocked off his feet by T.J. Banks. First down for Tulane.
They keep running that left side, David, the tackle. We didn't see the first go-around, but he's doing a good job at the left tackle position. T.J. Banks, the free safety, is having to come a long way to make that tackle, but fortunately he did because it was a nice gainer.
That's Derek Graham, transferred into Tulane from Texas A&M, the left tackle for Tulane. his former team is done. Pistol formation. There's the handoff to McClure again, and no contact until the 50-yard line, and he gets all the way to the 45 of Ole Miss before he's knocked down. A 15-yard pickup. Antonio Kite. Kapena Gushikin on the tackle. Gushikin is the safety.
Yeah. Gashing, it would be correct. Gushikin made the tackle, but the Rebel defensive front's absolutely getting gashed right here.
McClure, 11-yard gain and a 15-yard gain. In fact, they put him at the 44, so that was a 16-yard gain.
Yeah,
First and 10 for the Ole Miss 44-yard line for the Green Wave.
Not the way you're going to stop the run, giving up those big chunk plays.
First down for the Green Wave, trying to climb back. And again, there's a handoff, running left and in trouble and dropped behind the line of scrimmage is Javen Gordon. Kind of a little bit of misdirection handoff there, Harry, and that didn't work as Harris read it beautifully. Xavier gets him on the ground at the 46. That's a loss of 2, second and 12.
A counter move, David, where they start one way and come back the other, but big Xavier Harris was able to beat his man inside and was sitting there waiting on the running back to come back at him, and he made the tackle for the loss.
3 receivers to the left, or to the right rather, for Tulane. The ball's on the left hash. Second down and 12 from the Ole Miss 46. Retzloff takes the snap, fires far side, sails it over the intended receiver, Turner. We might have got a tip on that, not real sure. Pretty good pressure from Jones and Perkins, though. So 3rd and 12 now for Tulane.
I think it had been a really good pass. We might have had a chance to pick that off, but was not. Could have been tipped at the line of scrimmage. But once again, it's 3rd down after 3 straight first downs for Tulane. Rebels would desperately like to get off the field right here.
The shadow of the south end zone has worked its way all the way to the north end zone. Sunsplash, though, are still the students down there on a beautiful evening. Rebels leading 14-3, 8:59 to go second quarter. 3 of 5 on 3rd downs is Tulane. They got a 3rd and 12 from the 46. Here's the snap. Retzloff being chased. He's hit from behind. He's tackled for a loss. Princeville, Umandi Ellen chased him down from behind, dropped him behind the line of scrimmage. We'll see where they officially spot it at the 48, a 2-yard loss. It'll be 4th down and 14.
Yeah, nice sack. He was able to, I think the left side over here forced him out, so he rushed towards the Tulane sideline, did Retzlaff, and then Umana Malin caught up with him from behind, and that's a nice stop there for the Rebel defense after giving up 3 gashing runs.
Harrison Wallace back to receive this punt from Alec Clark. First punt for Tulane. Wallace calls a fair catch, makes the grab around the 13. Clark's also from where? Australia. Transfer from Southern Miss, 46.8 average. He's had a 70-yard kick this year. That was a nice punt to pin the Rebels back inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. Ended up being a 35-yard punt, no return. 8:18 to go in the second quarter. Ole Miss has the ball back, leading 14-3. John, what do we got to do to get this offense cranked back up?
Yeah, I know. I mean, this is an important drive right here. I mean, we need to keep the defense off the field for a little bit. And like Harry said, they're gashing us on the runs, and they started to try to get cute and throw the ball. But this is a really important drive for Ole Miss to get some first downs and move the ball down here and get some points.
Pivotal point of the game. You're leading by 11, but, boy, you could really put some heat on Tulane if you score again. Quick pass near side. And it's complete at the 20, 25 to 30, flags flying everywhere. It's Deuce Alexander made the catch and got away from the cornerback on this side. And that is Shine, and Shine maybe got him by the face mask too. We'll see. He'll end up getting to the 30, a 17-yard gain.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 11. 15-yard penalty with an automatic first down.
Alexander with a 17-yard gain. The face mask by Isaiah Shane. Rebels get another Bank first down. All first downs are brought to our friends at Bank First. And the 15-yard mark-off is going to help this cause and bring it all the way out to the 45 of Ole Miss.
Well, a good toss by Trinidad out right on the numbers with Deuce, and then he was able to get away even after the face mask. But and then tack 15 on that. Rebels are in good shape.
Ball on the left hash. Daquan Wright goes in motion, settles behind the left tackle Pounds. There's the snap. Hand off to Lacey. Lacey starts the middle, now kicks it to the near side. He gets to the 50-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds by Shine. Kewan Lacey with a nice run, a pickup of 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5. I say 5, a pickup of, did he get the first down? They're going to give him to what? Now they're backing it back up. They originally spotted him at the 45, and I thought he went out before that. They're going to put it actually at the 48-yard line. So it'll be a gain of 7, make it 2nd down and 3 for Ole Miss. Ball on the left hash again. Gun formation for Trinidad. Chambliss. Wide left, the short side of the field is Wallace. There's the snap. Pump fakes to the right. Looks deep over the middle. He's got Wallace, and it's going to be overshot. Good coverage by Shine, and the safety came over the top, too, so both of them were in the area, and that one sailed long, incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, he had 2 receivers running go routes. Caden Lee on the other side. Safety was kind of playing center field, but finally went left to Harrison Wallace and simply overthrew him.
Joshua Moore is a backup free safety out of League City, Texas. Had the deep coverage on that play, too. Ole Miss has 3 receivers to the right. The lone back is Lacey off the right shoulder. 1 of 3 on 3rd downs. 3rd and 3 here. There's a handoff to Lacey. Lacey is stacked up, and he'll be short of the first down. Only got a yard off the left side as he's tackled by Chinchu. And Elite Nairn is a backup defensive tackle from Charlotte, North Carolina, transfer from Liberty. They put it right back in the line of scrimmage. No gain. 4th down. Ole Miss is going for it, though. Rebels on 4th down this year, 67%. Faked going for it earlier, but did not. So 4th and 3 from the 48 of the Green Wave. There's the snap. We are definitely going for it. It's going to be a pass near side. Caden Lee hauls it in and out of bounds at the 44-yard line. What a nice catch as the Rebels going for it on 4th down. Make it. Can they do it? Mid-South Ag Equipment sponsors 4th down attempts, and the Rebels got that one. John, that was a nice grab.
That was Mr. Reliable right there, and he got it by like a foot. So that was a great throw by Trinidad and a better catch by Lee.
Just a little under 4-yard gain to the 44. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rebels to keep this drive alive. Big play. We'll look back on that one maybe, Harry, later. Gun formation for Chambliss. Now Lacey goes in motion to the far side. It's an empty set. Chambliss wants to throw. Crossing route. Got his man. Caught. First time in. Caleb Odom, the sophomore from Carrollton, Georgia. The transfer from Alabama. That's his 16th catch of the year. He's kind of a tight end hybrid slot player. They'll spot it at the 36, and that'll be a gain of 8. It'll be 2nd down and 2. Now Logan Diggs is in for the first time, Harry. The Butte, Louisiana native.
Yeah, backup running back, giving Kawan Lacey a little break there. He's been the workhorse so far in the game.
2nd and 2. Chinchu made that last tackle for Tulane. Diggs on a delay handoff goes right up the gut, gets the first down to the 36-yard pickup for Logan Diggs. Of course, he played at LSU and Notre Dame, had a rushing touchdown against Tulane in the first game this year as well. And that's another bank first down for Ole Miss, right back to the line of scrimmage. They spotted it at actually the 31, said his knee went down there. So a 5-yard gain, 1st down. Quick pass, far side, caught. Trying to make a move to get away, and spun down after a short gain is Alexander. Joker Johnson was not going to let him get away on that one. I think they'll spot at the 26.
Timeout for an injury to a defensive player.
Defensive player for Tulane. This will be a 5-yard gain to the 26, so 2nd down and 5 coming up. We got a timeout. 5 minutes and 7 seconds until halftime. Ole Miss is leading Tulane 14-3 here in the college football playoff. Makai Williams, middle linebacker, is shaken up out of Cibolo, Texas. We'll take a break on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
Hey, Rebel fans. For more than 50 years, Mississippi Asthma and Allergies Board certified team of allergists has treated patients by identifying triggers and creating personalized treatment plans. Now with 8 convenient locations across Mississippi, including Oxford, we're right next door when you need us. Treating infants to adults and Ole Miss students. Find our clinic nearest you at msaac.com. Mississippi Asthma and Allergy, helping Mississippi live life to the fullest and allergy-free.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola. You're listening to Ole Miss football on the Ole Miss Sports Network from Learfield.
With Multiview from Xfinity, you can watch up to 4 football games at once, which can lead to some tough choices.
French toast nibblers or breakfast nachos?
Actually, I was thinking about heading out only because I want to beat the traffic.
The best part of the sleepover is the next day. I was going to throw the games on.
Bobby Big Wheels.
I mean, how can you call yourself a sports fan without Xfinity? We got the multi-view.
The best college and pro games all in one place. I'm not going anywhere.
This is how football was meant to be watched. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Multiview requires Xfinity 4K capable TV box.
Ditch the couch and book at Hilton. Fa la 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 la. Come and stay where comfort's certain. Fa la 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 la. Enjoy hot breakfast and a room to stretch in. Fa la 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 la. Stay at Hilton. Ooh.
When you want holiday comfort you can count on, it matters where you stay. This season, enjoy spacious, comfortable rooms and friendly service when you book with Hilton instead. Hilton for the stay.
Ole Miss is leading 14-3 with 5:07 to go here in the second quarter. Looking at a 2nd down and 5 from the Tulane 26. Terrence Metcalf honored during that break. Man, we got a pretty good team hanging out around here. Eli, Patrick, Terrence.
We got
from
some
the
Hall
26.
of Famers.
Yeah. Terrence just went into the
All-Pros.
Hall of Fame. Congratulations, Terrence Metcalf.
2 weeks ago, that's correct.
His son DK is a pretty good player, too. We can't honor him. He's a little busy right now. Ball to 26. Kewan Lacey back in as a running back for Ole Miss. Ball on the right hash, 2nd and 5. Chambliss has Wright kind of like a fullback there. The handoff is to Lacey, following Wright off the left side. He gets in trouble at the 25 and spun backwards. Gets only a yard. It'll be 3rd and 4. Tulane doing a good job on that play. Injury updates are brought to you by Richard Swartz and Associates, your Mississippi injury law firm. One call, that's all. And, John, it seems like we're pretty clear on that.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's really come out. I think Kite came out one time. He's been back in there, so all good right now.
They put it at the 24, so gave him a little bit better. 3rd down and 3 coming up. 10th play of this drive coming up for Ole Miss. Rebels stacked in tight. There's the snap. Fake on a handoff. It's a direct snap to Lacey. Lacey off the left side. No, he will not get it. Stacked up. Hopper makes penetration. Defensive front for Tulane kind of winning the battle there with 4:13 to go here in the second quarter. He did run off the left side, and they'll spot it right at the 25, so he actually lost a yard. Lost a yard to the 25. It'll be 4th and 4, and we're going to try the field goal here, and that will be Lucas Carnero's 22 of 25 on the year, as long as 54, the junior from Cornelius, North Carolina. 22 made field goals. A record in the season for Ole Miss is 25 by Jonathan Nichols in 2003. He's had a great year. He's 12 of 14 from this range. This will be a 42-yard effort. Snap back and down. Kick is on its way. Plenty of leg, and it is good. And Ole Miss goes up 17-3 in the game.
Yeah, Carnero's been Mr. Automatic all season, David. The last one, I know he missed one after that, but that 55-yarder off the upright up in Kentucky was the only real miss he's had up until the last couple of weeks. But what a weapon he's been all season. Got another year. Hopefully we can keep him in here.
John, that's kind of a moral victory, though, for Tulane. They've got a shaken-up player they're checking on right now, but they were able to force Ole Miss into the field goal and not extend the lead with a TD.
Yeah, it is. Kind of surprised we didn't go right there, but I guess Coach Cody wanted to get the points, and like Harry said, he's been automatic. So I think the first time we played them, the halftime score was 21-3 or 23-3, something like that. So not far off of that the first game, but you would have liked to get 7 there.
That drive was 11 plays, 62 yards, stalled out, got the 42-yard field goal by Carnero. It took 4:40 off the clock, Harry.
John, I was a little bit surprised on that 3rd down when we ran it, straight Wildcat back to Lacey, that we didn't have a pass play there. I thought we were setting up with a bunch set and maybe get it out in the flat. But what did you think?
Yeah, because they've been doing a really good job on stopping us on the run. They got a lot of people in there. It's like they got more people than we can block.
Well, we have really scorched them in the passing game too, John and Harry. 10 of 13 is Chambliss for 134 yards.
Well, and they've been jamming the line of scrimmage. They've had in the box. They've had 6 and 7 and 8 guys in there. That's why I thought, hey, let's get something quickly out there in the flats and just outrun them.
They're helping Eli Champagne off the field. He's a backup defensive tackle from Tomball, Texas, 6'2", 290, got shaken up, and they're helping him to the sidelines, 2 different guys. You know, coming as far as the playoff teams go, the 12 teams of the playoff, Ole Miss has the best offense among all of those, averaging nearly 500 yards a game, and Tulane's defense is 12th. But Tulane probably feeling pretty good that they've kind of settled things down, held Ole Miss to a field goal over the last 3 possessions. Rebels won 45-10 in the first game to improve to 4-0 then. Here's the kick, and this is going to be a bouncer taken on the hop at the 2-yard line by Brown Stevens. He comes back up the middle, the 15, the 20, to the 25, stiff arm, and down to 33. Rare. Did he miss hit that, or
I think
he
he
just
did, David.
mist
I think
kicked
he hit
it
the top
Tulane.
of it. Yeah, I think he
Tulane
hit the top of the ball and just bounced it down there. Good return by their return guy.
Israel Solomon makes the tackle for Ole Miss. Let's check with John Darnell.
Yeah, they had the quarterback in there that time, guys, and he ran over to the left side of the field. They were going to do a trick play there and use the quarterback to throw it or something. But, yeah, not a good kick. And bounced right to the guy, made a good return. But that was definitely, they were setting something up to be a trick play.
Yeah, Tulane pulling out all the stops today. They don't want this to be their last game of the year, but that staff's headed to Florida as soon as this game's over.
And you kill that with a touchback. And Carnero's had those all year, but you didn't on that one. Todd Chambers is in as a linebacker here this time for Ole Miss. Fake on a handoff. Rest line of scrimmage is the third three. Now he's going to run, and he's in trouble and dropped as he gets it back to the line of scrimmage, but that'll end up being a no gain. Second down 10, tackled by Eccles and Harris.
Yeah, only two guys in the routes, David, had the max protection for Retzlaff, so he had plenty of time, but only two guys in the routes in the Rebel secondary. Great job of picking them up, so Retzlaff just simply pulled it and ran it back up.
Retzlaff, yeah.
Retzlaff.
BYU transfer. Things didn't go as well there. He transfers to Tulane. He's had a fantastic year. He's been really good. AAC Offensive Player of the Week against Duke, 4 rushing touchdowns. Going to hand this one off, and straight ahead, pushing for maybe a yard or two is McClure. Rebels stacked that up nicely as well. You know, Retzlaff became the first quarterback in AAC history to have 100 yards passing and 50 yards rushing and at least 1 rush touchdown in each of the first 3 games of the season.
It's third down.
Yeah, Rebels bringing some DBs in, David, taking out Xavier and Harris here on the 3rd and long.
They give him a 1-yard gain to the 34, so 3rd down and 9. 3 of 6 on 3rd downs is Tulane. Slot to the right, slot left as well. You got a tight end just off the left tackle in Pascuzzi. There's the snap. Retzlaff wants to throw. 3-man rush. Steps on the pocket. He's hit and dropped. Boy, it's a big, big plus when you can get to the QB with only 3 guys trying, and not only 1, but 2. Franklin and Umandi Ellen got there and dropped back to the 28-yard line. Will be a 6-yard loss, and Tulane will have to punt, and we've got a timeout on the field. We're at the 2-minute timeout. Rebels leading 17-3. This is Ole Miss football from Learfield.
Trey Willis, left tackle.
Marshall Jones, wide receiver.
Alex Philbin, running back. Hi, I'm Tim from C Spire. Am I in the right place?
It always pays to have the right players on your team. That's why C Spire gives you fiber-fast home internet, nationwide 5G wireless, and best-in-class business solutions. All backed by local 24/7 support. C Spire, customer inspired.
Don't stop planning for your future. Don't stop investing in your kids' education. Don't stop dreaming of that new home. And don't stop growing your business. Whatever you're passionate or dreaming about, don't stop. Because when you have a bank you can trust, you have the confidence to take on tomorrow. Speak with a Trustmark associate today for advice on achieving your goals. Trustmark. People you trust. Advice that works. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ole Miss football on the Ole Miss Sports Network from Learfield.
The day you need to use your insurance is rarely a good one. It's when the ceiling leaks or a storm takes out your roof and your plans. Cincinnati Insurance understands. For 75 years, they've shown up with expertise and personal attention that make bad days better. From protecting your home to ensuring your most valuable possessions, they're there when it matters most. Because when the unexpected happens, you deserve support. You deserve the Cincinnati Insurance Companies. Let us make your bad day better. Find an independent agent at CINFIN.com.
We're talking college football on SEC This Morning.
Head coach of the Florida Gators, John Summerall.
I'm fiery. I'm passionate. When I walk in the room's going to get better because I'm going to bring it every day. And I like the bunch that's here, and we can do great things together. I'm excited about the opportunity, man. There's so many good things in place already at Florida. I want to make sure everything we're doing is dialed in to help serve and develop our players to be their best. I look forward to getting to work with those guys.
Listen live weekdays, 8 to 11 a.m. Eastern on SEC Radio, Channel 374.
We're at the 2-minute timeout as we head toward halftime after the punt. The Rebels had the ball at the 28-yard line, or the punt's coming up. The Tulane Green Wave after the sack has it at their 28-yard line. We'll have a halftime show coming your way, presented by our friends at Ford. Brought to you courtesy of your Mississippi Ford dealers, your Mid-South Ford dealers, where you'll find a tradition as strong as the Rebels in Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 47 straight years. Dan Courts is standing by to have that for us. Here's the punt by Clark. Ooh, had some people back there, but he gets it away. Fair catch called for and taken at the 24-yard line of Ole Miss by Harrison Wallace. And so the Rebels will have a chance here. We're working with 2 timeouts here in 1:53.
Yeah, plenty of time, David, based on the first couple drives of the game. And we got 2 timeouts, as you just talked about. So I have to believe we're going to run the football to set up the pass. And we got some speed on the outside, so let's see if we can't pick on these corners.
First, third, and out for Tulane in the game. Their offense has moved a little bit. They just don't have anything on the scoreboard to show for it.
No, they've been productive the first half, just no points.
That was a 48-yard punt, no return, as Ole Miss cranks it up from the 24. Ball on the right hash, 2 receivers wide out to the left. Winston Watkins is in the game, too, the freshman who's had a good year. Lacey, the running back, off the left shoulder of Chambliss. Fake on the handoff to him. Chambliss time to throw. Now swings it out to Lacey on the far side. Makes the first man miss to the 30 to the 31. Wow. Number 4, Chris Rogers said, where did he go? I mean, he got around him and knocked down at the 31. Now Lacey is shaken up on the sidelines on the far side. That will be a pickup of 7. And they're rushing across the field to check on Kewan Lacey. He does come up slowly. Looks like maybe an arm area, looking at his shoulder, his left shoulder.
You got slung down. Not sure we're going to get another look here on our monitor, David. Plenty of time to throw. Nobody open. Just simply throws it out to Lacey.
For an injury to an offensive player, this requires a 10-second runoff. Please reset the game clock to 1:30, and the clock will start on my signal.
It's a 7-yard gain to the 31, and then he came up favoring his shoulder.
He got slung down. I'm not sure if he fell on the ball or it was his shoulder, but no sun on that's anywhere on the field now, so it's gotten a little bit chillier as the game has rolled on, and he got slung down pretty hard. We'll see.
Yep, favoring that left arm a little bit. Injury updates are brought to you by Richard Schwartz and Associates, your Mississippi injury law firm. One call, that's all. We also got Wydette Williams, who's in the locker room, got banged up earlier. 2nd down and 3 for Ole Miss. Diggs is in at running back now. Quick pass near side to Stribling. Has a stiff arm to get away to the 40, to the 45, to the 47. Boy, he looked like a running back on that play. Nice job by Dejon Stribling. Comes to the game with his Hawaiian lays hanging down and
new red
in his
shoes.
Hawaii shorts.
Got
his Hawaii
his red shoes on today.
Hawaiian shirt and red shoes, and boy, what a run there out to the 46. That's a pickup of 15 yards and a first down. Pass near side, caught by Diggs at the 50 to the 45. Spun around, dropped at the 43 of Tulane. Rebels got a bank first down prior to that one. Now 7 yards on that one, leaves you 2nd and 3.
Get stopped the clock because of the first down pickup. You just want to snap the ball, get to the line of scrimmage.
Hustling up is Ole Miss on 2nd down here. 53 seconds to go in the half. Fake on a handoff. Chambliss steps up, takes off running. He's got some room. Makes a man miss, and then is knocked down at the 32. And Chambliss looks like he's shaking up a little bit too, and so is the guy who tackled him. Both of them stay on the ground to the 32-yard line. That was a pickup of about 15, and another bank first down.
Timeout for an injury to both an offensive and defensive player.
Chris Rogers is down for Tulane, and Trinidad Chambliss is down for Ole Miss with 44 seconds to go in the half. We'll see if we get a replay here.
Once again, here on our monitor, Dave, we'll get another chance to look at it. But nobody open. Chambliss just stepped up in the pocket and took off and was tackled by number 4.
It looked like he got hit in the face area, neck or chin or something. Chambliss then sits up, but Rogers does not. They're both still on the field being checked on by the respective training staffs. Now Rogers jumps up and heads over to the sideline and see if Chambliss is about
sitting up. Yeah, he's sitting up now. You never want to see your quarterback go down.
Negative.
Kind of twisted his neck. That caught him around the. He's got a plate in there behind his face mask, David. But caught him around there and spun him around with his neck. So I don't know if he did something to his neck or shoulder. But he's up, walking off on his own accord.
Getting a roar here from the crowd. Of course, 14-yard gain to the 33 unofficially. Is that what they did?
We think we'll see
11-yard game.
Austin Simmons come in here, number 13.
They spotted actually at the 32-yard line, so an 11-yard pickup to the 32.
Still got 2 timeouts, is that correct? Yeah.
Still got the 2 timeouts with 44
seconds.
seconds left to go. So Austin Simmons in the game. Was the starter to begin the year. Williams has checked in for Rogers. Austin Simmons, a lefty from Miami, Florida. There's the snap. Runs to his left, looks downfield, fires a bullet. He's got a diving catch at the 16-yard line by number 11, Deuce Alexander. They put it to 17. So a pickup of 15 yards and another bank first down for Ole Miss. The Rebels are in the Wade Incorporated Green Zone, presented by Wade Incorporated. Visit them online at wadeinc.com. From the 17, first down with 32 seconds left. Simmons fires. He's got his man Daquan right at the 10 and dropped at the 6. He ran a little out route on the far side, dropped at the 6-yard line. That will be an 11-yard gain. It's first and goal for Ole Miss, tackled by Sam Howard.
Yeah, good to see Austin Simmons, David. The first pass was a little low, but Deuce Alexander picked it up for him, and then this was a really great shot in there to Daquan right.
For an injury to a defensive player.
Another bank first down for Ole Miss. To get it to the 7-yard line officially is where they said his knee went down. The player that is shaken up is Sam Howard. They are very thin at linebacker. Agu, who was the starting linebacker against us early in the year, after they left Oxford, he ended up getting an ACL tear and was out for the rest of the year. So they're down, arguably, their best linebacker. They've got Chris Rogers, who's a Mississippi native from Corinth, where John Darnell is from, and also Sam Howard, and backing them up as Williams. And then they really don't use anybody else. So if they lose another linebacker, they'll be down to 2.
Well, 26 seconds to go here into the half. Rebels with 2 timeouts, so you feel really good about that. You got the football first and I believe it's first and 10.
First and goal from the 7.
First and goal from the 7. Great.
There you go. 26 seconds left, as Harry pointed out. The Rebel offense will come on the field. They are helping off the injured linebacker, Chris Rogers. So Mekhi Williams will come in, or rather Sam Howard got hurt. Rogers will come in for Howard. Ball's on the right hash, first and goal at the 7. Pistol formation. Simmons is still in there, and so is Logan Diggs. We saw Lacey and Chambliss get hurt. Fake on a handoff. Simmons wants to throw. He's in trouble, and he'll be sacked. Ball comes out. There's a dive and a pileup at the 15-yard line. Tulane thinks they have it. Ole Miss thinks they have it. And it belongs to the Green Wave. Harvey Dyson knocked it out, and a big stop there as Simmons took a little bit too long, got in trouble, and Narn recovered the ball. Let's check with John Darnell.
He was just trying to step up in the pocket and look over the middle in the back of the end zone for somebody, and just didn't protect the football. They got it and stripped it out of there. And big turnover for Tulane. And going to be interesting halftime to see how we handle all these injuries.
That's true, and also for Tulane, only down 14, where they could have gone down 7 more there.
Yeah, Rebels certainly, in worst case scenario, you want to pick up 3 right there, David, but just simply not taking care of the football was Austin Simmons, but hadn't played a lot since the early part of the season and just simply made a mistake.
Harvey Dyson knocked it out. Darn with the recovery. The ball at the 15 is where they officially spot it. First down for Tulane. Green Wave only 14 seconds left. Probably not going to get too fancy here. Retzlaff will hand it off to McClure, who runs off the left side of the 20. Gets up to the 23, 24-yard line. A gain of 9. Clock keeps running.
Tulane
now they'll
calls
stop. Tulane calls a timeout.
Tulane.
Less than 7 seconds.
30 seconds. Please reset the game clock to 9 seconds.
2nd and 1 coming up with 7 seconds to go until our forward halftime show. Gushican and Eccles combining on the tackle.
Yeah, the Rebels desperately would have liked to end that drive with a score, David, but you just simply make a mistake at the quarterback position. Chambliss got shaken up a few plays prior to that, and two passes by Simmons were both complete, and then you turn the ball over, which you just can't do.
John will have a busy halftime checking on these injuries. We saw Lacey go out. We saw Chambliss go out. Both of those are not good. Wydett Williams, one of your top defensive backs, the safety, go out too.
I see the 10 is still up. I'm not sure who's in that.
It's been kind of an injury-free year for Ole Miss, but this first half we got some banged-up folks. Second down and 1 for the 24. There's a snap to Retzloff. He's going to throw out route far side. Diving effort. Did he hold on?
He did.
And they're going to say, yes, it's a catch at the 35-yard line. A pickup of 11. The clock stopped with 5 seconds. They said only 2 seconds went off the clock on that one. Perkins on the tackle, so they'll have it first down at the 35. Tulane still has 2 timeouts, but you can only run a couple of plays here if you're lucky. Probably just one more with 5 seconds left. He's got the back off his right shoulder, ball on the far hash, trips to the short side over there. Quick pass to the sidelines and out of bounds at the 47. Stops the clock with 2 seconds. Preston, they're doing a great job. They just don't have enough time to pull this off. That's going to be a 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Well, I think they're trying to get far enough downfield, maybe just to try Hail Mary, David. Rebels are, have backed off as far as the secondary is concerned on the receiver, so just run some quick outs, but 2 seconds.
This will be it with 2 seconds until halftime. Rebels have guys way deep down the field. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you got TJ Banks, actually 3 inside the 5 with Sage Ryan and also Gushigan. And now Tulane's going to call a timeout. Play clock was down to 3 seconds. They have it at their own 42 left hash with a chance to try a Hail Mary if they would like, with Ole Miss leading in the game 17-3. Will Hall is going to be the new head coach of Tulane as John Summerall's headed to Florida. He returned to Tulane this year as the passing game coordinator and wide receivers coach, then selected to the program new head coach, offense coordinator from 2019 to 20 for Tulane as well. He spent 3 years at Southern Mississippi. And the Hall family, very impactful in football in the state of Mississippi.
Yeah, they are, David. I got a chance to speak to Will earlier before the game, and he's very excited about that. And his dad is Bobby Hall, which is an Ole Miss alum and a really a legend in high school football in Mississippi. I asked him, I said, will your dad be in the Ole Miss section? He said he will, but he'll be wearing green today. We'll see.
All right, they're going to now snap it and try this Hail Mary. You anticipate 3 defensive backs really in the end zone. They're going to swing it near side and it's dropped. They're going to try to get it quickly on a hitch route to Preston and let Preston flip it to somebody, but that didn't work out. And so that brings the half to an end with Ole Miss leading 17-3. John Darnell visit with Pete Golding here in just a moment and get his halftime thoughts. He'll talk with Katie George first. And then after he gets through with TV, we'll visit with John Darnell. We will have coming up the Forward halftime show. And we'll have Dan Courts look at some other scores, check out some numbers for us as well. And then we'll be back with half number 2. And this the 3rd college football playoff game, the 2nd one today. Last night, Alabama coming from behind to beat Oklahoma. Earlier today in a slugfest, Miami outlasts Texas A&M on the road. So the road team's winning so far. And now John Darnell to visit with
Coach,
Pete.
I know you're disappointed in not scoring right there, but your thoughts on the first half?
Yeah, we got to take care of the ball. Obviously, we want to finish on that side of the field. We got to do a better job on early downs on both sides of the ball, and we got to be better on 3rd down.
Pete Golden now running into the locker room to visit with his team. 17-3, Ole Miss leading here at the break. It'll be a long halftime. The Tulane band is going to get to perform. They're here. Good to see the Tulane band. Also, the Ole Miss Pride of the South band is here to perform as well at halftime. Coming up when the sun goes down, we've got drone show coming up. We got wristband show coming up. All these things, Harry.
Lots of entertainment, David. I thought it's been a very entertaining first half. If you look at stats, Tulane, you would think would be right in the game. Of course, they're down 17-3 as far as the score, and that's the important stat. And we don't want to lose sight of that. But Tulane's had a lot of ability running the football up and down the field, but not only a field goal has kept them from being shut out in the first half. The Rebels, several things they want to clean up here at halftime, and Pete touched on most of those, and I feel sure he'll get that done.
Yeah, and one of the things too we'll look back on, how big was that fumble and recovery by Tulane to keep the score 17-3.
Yeah, if the Rebels scored a touchdown there, 24-3, you would have felt really good going into half. I still feel good, 17-3. I'll feel much better when I see number 6 and number 5 back out there.
Yeah, that's the second concern for sure. All right, we'll send it to Dan Courts next, and we have at the half a 17-3 score, Ole Miss leading Tulane. Dan is next as you're listening to Ole Miss football from Learfield.
There's team pride, and then there's extra Ole Miss pride. When I'm carrying the Ole Miss Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card, that's exactly what I get. Whether I'm grabbing some extra Ole Miss gear or picking up an extra dozen wings for the game, this card always brings it. Sometimes I get an extra hottie toddy from the cashier too. Visit Regions.com/Go Rebels to get yours.
Extra changes everything. And at Regions, Extra is our ordinary. Official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End of friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
This is the College Football Playoff. The action returns after this timeout from your local station on the Ole Miss Sports Network from Learfield. Presented by Trustmark Bank. People you trust. Advice that works.
I'm a pretty great multitasker. I can wash dishes and do laundry. I can roller skate while walking my dog. I can even order lunch while doing my homework. But I can't use my phone while driving. A distracted driver is one of the leading causes of death in the United States. So when it comes to driving, please, don't be a multitasker.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
How serious is youth vaping? Irreversible lung damage serious. 1 in 10 kids vape serious, which warrants a serious conversation from a serious parental figure like yourself. Not the seriously know-it-all sports dad or the seriously smart podcaster. It requires a serious conversation that is best had by you. No, seriously, the best person to talk to your child about vaping is you. To start the conversation, visit talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
This halftime show is brought to you by Mississippi Ford Dealers and the Ford F-150. Like the Rebels, this truck has a strong tradition of greatness, earned by outstanding capability and features like a mobile generator. That's how you create a legacy, and the official truck of Ole Miss. Go Reds! Now let's go back inside the Learfield Network studios and rejoin Dan Kortz.
And hello, everyone, and welcome inside the network studios as your Ole Miss Rebels lead the Tulane Green Wave by a score of 17-3. Here is how we got there. Ole Miss won the toss and elected to receive, so it's the Rebs offense on the field first, and they didn't take long to make a statement.
Trips to the left with 3 receivers. One of those is Daquan Wright. Wright now comes in motion, settles behind the tackle. Fake on the handoff, quick pass, far side, caught there, breaking a tackle to the 35, the 40 is dribbling, to the 45, the 50. There's a good start for the Ole Miss Rebels into Tulane territory to the 45-yard line, a pickup of about 30.
Then a Daquan Wright 25-yard reception got the Rebs to the red zone. Rebs didn't feel like stopping there either.
The Rebels are 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Bank First sponsors our first downs. They've sponsored them all year. Handoff to Lacey. Makes one man miss up the middle. The 15, 10, 5. Touchdown! Just like that. The Rebels, lightning fast down the field, take a 6-0 lead.
What a quick first step.
7-0 Ole Miss just 59 seconds into the game after the extra point on Tulane's first series. They were able to use the run game and intermediate passing attack to get to the Ole Miss side of the field quickly. Wave converted on a couple of third downs as well. The Rebs defense needed to be called upon.
2nd down, about 4 for Tulane. There's the snap, back to throw, pressure again, he fires, intercepted by Ole Miss at the 10-yard line. Braxton's got it, he reverses field, comes back to the sidelines on the 20 to the 25. And there comes a late flag as well. Jalen Braxton on a pass, he was trying to hit Shackelford, the wideout, a senior from Decatur, Alabama, who's another.
Penalty was a horse collar tackle on Tulane, and that put the Rebs at their own 40. Ole Miss offense wasting no time again, a 30-yard run by Lacey, then a 26-yard completion from Trinidad Chambliss to Deuce Alexander put the Rebs first and goal at the Tulane 4. Rebs shortly after go to the run.
You got two tight ends in. Bruckler and Haz are both in now. They're both on the right side. Handoff, or fake on the handoff, and Chambliss keeps it off the left side. He steps in the end zone. Touchdown, Trinidad. That's his 7th of the year.
Beautiful read option, David.
14-0 Ole Miss with 7:26 to go in the first quarter. 4-play, 60-yard drive. That wrapped up taking all of 1 minute and 21 seconds off the clock. Tulane then able to hit a couple of big pass plays to get to the Ole Miss side of the field again. Wave got to the 37 and faced a 4th and 2. They went for it, and the pass falling incomplete to give the Rebs the ball back at their own 37. Ole Miss, though, goes 3 and out. Tulane on their next series hit their biggest play of the day for 57 yards to get to the Ole Miss 25. First quarter then ending with the score still 14-0. Rebs defense then able to buckle up and force a field goal for Tulane, as the field goal from 39 yards out made the score 14-3 Ole Miss with 14:06 left in the half. Rebels offense then with another 3 and out. Tulane then able to move again a little bit with the run, but Ole Miss looking to make that drive stall out.
3 of 5 on third downs is Tulane. They got a 3rd and 12 from the 46. Here's the snap. Retzlaff being chased. He's hit from behind. He's tackled for a loss. Princeville, Umandi Ellen chased him down from behind, dropped him behind the line of scrimmage.
Forced to punt with a little more than 8 minutes to play in the first half. Then Ole Miss getting a completion to Deuce Alexander for 17 yards with a 15-yard face mask penalty added to it to put the Rebs at their 45. They got to the Tulane 48 before going for it and converting on 4th and 3 on a reception by Caden Lee for 4 yards. Rebs then saw themselves in another 4th down situation at the Tulane 25. This time Ole Miss deciding to settle for the points and a 43-yard field goal from Lucas Carnero. That was good. 17-3 Ole Miss then the score with 4:10 to play in the second quarter. Rebs defense forcing another 3 and out right before the 2-minute timeout. Ole Miss on their final offensive series saw them get near midfield. 2 plays later they were at the Tulane 31 with 43 seconds to go. Then a 15-yard completion from Austin Simmons to Daquan Wright, putting the Rebs in the red zone. And then to the 7, they had a 1st and goal with 26 seconds on the clock, but a fumble recovered by Tulane ended any hope of scoring before time ran out, and that is where we stand. Ole Miss leads Tulane 17-3. Before we go any further, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification to stations we do owe you an ID. Let's do so on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
Yo, it's Jacob Hester from Off Campus on College Sports Radio. For full breakdowns of this game and more, tune in weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. Eastern on Channel 84 or anytime on the
Again, Ole Miss leads Tulane 17-3. We'll take a look around the rest of the college football playoff when we return on the Ford Halftime Show. This is the Ole Miss Sports Network from Learfield.
Vaught-Hemingway Stadium, home of the Rebels, where over 64,000 voices rise to a crescendo, helping turn big plays into Mississippi mayhem. Ford trucks have an iconic tradition, too, like Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks 48 years straight. Drive F-150, official truck of the Rebels, only at your Mississippi Ford dealer, based on 1977 and 2024 total sales.
This is Jake Mangum for Mississippi Farm Bureau Insurance. One of the most underrated attributes in baseball is determination. It's one thing to want to do something and another altogether to get it done. That's why I love the team at Farm Bureau. They get the job done every single time. If you aren't already on the team, it's time to join Farm Bureau. Visit favrates.com for great rates on home and auto insurance, or find a local agent at msfbins.com. Farm Bureau Insurance. Go with the home team.
In the end zone, touchdown!
Ole Miss, Tulane. This is the College Football Playoff on the Ole Miss Sports Network from Learfield, presented by Trustmark Bank.
And here's Heather with the weather.
Well, it's beautiful out there, sunny and 75, almost a little chilly in the shade. Now, let's get a read on the inside of your car. It is hot. You've only been parked a short time and it's already 99 degrees in there. Let's not leave children in the back seat while running errands. It only takes a few minutes for their body temperatures to rise, and that could be fatal.
Cars get hot, fast, and can be deadly. Never leave a child in a car. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the Mid-South Ford Halftime Show. The Ford F-150, official truck of the Ole Miss Rebels. Now back to the Learfield Network Studios and Dan Courts.
And hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Ford Halftime Show. Your Ole Miss Rebels lead the Tulane Green Wave 17-3 at the half. We take a look at the rest of the college football playoff. Our game, the only one in progress right now. One final from earlier in College Station. Texas A&M took on Miami, and it's the Hurricanes defeating A&M 10-3. Hurricanes will get Ohio State in the Cotton Bowl quarterfinal on New Year's Eve. One game follows ours from Eugene, where Oregon meets James Madison. Winner of that game will move on to the quarterfinals at the Orange Bowl to meet Texas Tech on New Year's Day. Alabama, Indiana, Miami, Ohio State, Georgia, Indiana in the quarterfinals. The Rebs looking to join them with one more game later tonight. From the gridiron to the hardwood, only one game in the SEC in progress right now. And that is Mississippi State at home leads Memphis 46-42, 15 and a half minutes to go in the second half. One final from earlier in Atlanta where Kentucky defeats 22nd-ranked St. John's 78-66. Two games to come, one actually to tip off in the next 10 minutes, we shall say. From the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey, where 8th-ranked Houston will take on 14th-ranked Arkansas. And then in Indianapolis at 5:30, 21st-ranked Auburn will take on 6th-ranked Purdue. That is your look around the CFP and the SEC. Ole Miss leads Tulane on the gridiron at the Vaught 17-3. We'll take a look at the numbers when we return on the Ford Halftime Show. This is Ole Miss football from Learfield.
Picture it. Your holiday table, the family cooking together, the scent of golden brown bread, rosemary from roasted potatoes, and a salad so crisp it snaps, spiced cider in every glass, laughter around every plate. At Kroger, we know these moments matter, and we make it easier to bring them to life with quality that's affordable in every aisle. This season, don't just host, make every moment unforgettable. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
There's team pride, and then there's extra Ole Miss pride. When I'm carrying the Ole Miss Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card, that's exactly what I get. Whether I'm grabbing some extra Ole Miss gear or picking up an extra dozen wings for the game, this card always brings it. Sometimes I get an extra hottie toddy from the cashier too. Visit Regions.com/Go Rebels to get yours.
Extra changes everything. And at Regions, Extra is our ordinary. Official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC.
This is Ole Miss football from Learfield.
In sitcoms, when someone has a problem, they just blurt it out and move on.
Well, I lost my job and my parakeet is missing. How was your day?
But the real world is different. Managing life's challenges can be overwhelming. So, what do? We get support. The Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council have mental health resources available for you at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. See how much further you can go when you take care of your mental health.
Snakes, zombies, sharks, heights, speaking in public. The list of fears is endless. But while you're clutching your blanket in the dark, wondering if that sound in the hall was actually a footstep, the real danger is in your hand when you're behind the wheel. And while you might think a great white shark is scary, what's really terrifying and even deadly is distracted driving. Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
And hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Ford Halftime Show. Your Ole Miss Rebels leading the Tulane Green Wave 17-3. A quick look at the numbers. Ole Miss outgaining Tulane 264 to 206 in the yardage category. Ole Miss with 192 yards passing to Tulane's 125. Ole Miss is getting outrushed, though, by Tulane as the Green Wave 81 yards on the ground to only 72 for Ole Miss. Only a combined 3 penalties in this game. Tulane, 2 of them for 30 yards. Ole Miss only had 1 for 5. Ole Miss 15 first downs. Tulane with only 10. Third downs, Ole Miss 1 of 5 on third down, 1 of 1 on fourth. Tulane 3 of 7 on third down, 0 of 1 on fourth. Tulane has run 36 plays to Ole Miss's 33. Now Ole Miss did run 7 early and scored twice in those first 7. Could have calmed down a little bit since, and Tulane winning the time of possession battle 17 minutes and 14 seconds. Tulane is at the ball to Ole Miss's 12 minutes and 46 seconds. Both teams with a turnover and 2 sacks each. On an individual standpoint, Trinidad Chambliss 13 of 16, 167 yards through the air. Austin Simmons 2 of 2 for 25. Kewan Lacey 10 carries for 67 yards and a touchdown. Chambliss had 3 carries for 8 yards and a score. And then Deuce Alexander leading the way in the receiving area with 5 catches for 67 yards. Tulane, Jake Retzloff, 9 of 14 for 125 yards through the air. On the rushing end of it, Jamari McClure, 11 carries for 70 yards to lead the way for Tulane. And then Shaz Preston, 3 catches for 75 yards, 57 of that coming on 1 play to lead Tulane in receiving. That is your look at the first half stats. Ole Miss leading Tulane 17-3 in the network studios. I'm Dan Kortz, and that is all for the Ford Halftime Show on my end. We'll head back to DK, Harry, and John at the Vaught when we return. You're listening to Ole Miss football from Learfield.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you're planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
We all make plans for the future, like car accidents, break-ins, and unexpected fires can disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design insurance plans that work for you and help protect what matters most. To get started, find an agent at shelterinsurance.com. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
This is Rebels football on the Ole Miss Sports Network from Learfield.
My name is Ariel. I moved to the U.S. at 19. I spoke no English and I struggled finding job opportunities. Everything I have, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and getting my high school diploma at age 22.
It was an honor helping you achieve your greatness. Now you're helping others achieve theirs. It inspires me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Find free and supportive adult education centers near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Adoption of teens from foster care is a topic not enough people know about, and we're here to change that. I'm April Dinwiddie, host of the new podcast, Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Each episode brings you compelling real-life adoption stories told by the families that live them with commentary from experts. Visit adoptuskids.org/podcast or subscribe to Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Administration for Children and Families and the Ad Council.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Mississippi. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of Ole Miss and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by Ole Miss.
As we're playing here in Oxford, welcome back to Vaught-Hemingway Stadium. Ole Miss leading 17-3. As getting ready to start the second half on top of Tulane. Fair State, Trinidad's D2 team that won the national championship last year, is leading Harding 21-14 at the half. More importantly, will Trinidad be able to play in the second half of this one? Injury updates are brought to you by Richard Schwartz and Associates, your Mississippi injury law firm. One call, that's all. Let's check with John Darnell.
Yeah, it looks like, David, both players, Lacey and Chandler's going to be able to go. I mean, they put a brace on Lacey, and looks like he's going to go. And Chandler's, they looked at him for a concussion, but he seemed to be okay.
Wydette Williams.
Don't have a report on Wydette yet. Don't see him out here. And I'll try to follow up on that, David.
Okay. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. First half, Ole Miss had 264 yards, but Tulane had 206. The Rebels just have the advantage on the scoreboard. Ole Miss was led by the 6 tackles of Will Eccles, who had 1 tackle for loss, and Kevin Adams led Tulane with 5. We're ready to get the second half kick. TJ Smith back to receive. Lucas Carnero will kick as Tulane will have the ball first here in the second half. Rebels go right to left. Tulane goes left to right. 17-3, Ole Miss on top here in this college football playoff game in Oxford. Quarter number 3. Tulane, a great opportunity to get right back in the game if they can do something on this first drive of the third quarter. Ole Miss missed an opportunity, drove down deep. Chambliss got hurt. Simmons came in, had a fumble. They recovered to prevent more points for Ole Miss. This will be a touchback into the end zone, and Tulane will start at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, good kick there once again by Carnero, David. But going back to the end of the first half, just an unfortunate fumble there by the quarterback, Austin Simmons. You'd love to have just taken the sack right there, but he tried to step up into the pocket. The guy was able to knock the ball out of his hands, but Rebels would love to have scored there. Tulane now with the first opportunity here in the second half, try to get right back in the football game.
Wydette Williams not on the field. He leads the Rebels in interceptions. TJ Banks will be out there for him, John.
Wydette Williams is not going to return, David. Concussion.
Okay. Pistol formation for Tulane's quarterback, Jake Retzloff. McClure is behind him. He fakes it to McClure, bootlegs to his right, fires downfield, got a man wide open, diving catch, and late getting there was Braxton. And on the grab was Brown Stevens. And that's a great first play for Tulane as they'll end up with the ball out at the 46-yard line, a pickup of 21.
Yeah, good first play right there. It just ran a deep out route, and Braxton got beat on the run.
Brown Stevens with a catch, ball on the right hash. First and 10 for Tulane at their own 46-yard line. Pistol formation again. Hand off to McClure. McClure off the left side, squirts through, gets across the 50 into Rebel territory. Nick Cull trips him up and knocks him down. That'll be at the 47 of Ole Miss is where it'll be spotted, and that's a 7-yard gain. Second down 3 for Tulane.
Yeah, McClure's had a good first half, David, running the football. Tulane off that left side. It's had a lot of promise with McClure, and once again, a 7-yard pickup.
Green Wave will have 2 receivers, wide to the right. Ball's in the middle of the field, so there's no short side on this snap. Off the right shoulder of Retzloff is McClure. He's got a tight end as an H-back in there. Fake quick bubble screen near side, breaking a tackle and working the sidelines, knocked out of bounds. Getting the first down is Brown Stevens. We tackle him, he would have been down at the 50. We had the missed tackle. Cam Franklin then gets him later, but they will pick up the first down at the, let's see, they put it at the 43-yard line, and that will be enough on a 4-yard pickup. They needed 3, so first down for the Green Wave of the Rebel, 43.
Yeah, Rebels had a shot at tackling for a loss, David, after the quick toss out to the receiver, but missed that tackle, and he rushed it upfield for the first.
Just underway in the third quarter. Ole Miss leads 17-3. Tulane has marched to the Rebel 43 with a first and 10. There's the snap. Got a screen left side, and that is missed by Hayes. He led him a little bit there, John, but it's kind of a hot pass, maybe even trying to run before he caught it.
Yeah, it looked like he kind of took his eye off the ball a little bit right there, and sometimes they'll do that on that screen, and they see that defender right there. They're trying to run before they get it.
Yeah, and Gushikin was kind of in his face, and he was trying to catch and get around him, but you got to catch it first. Second down 10 for Tulane at the 43 of Ole Miss. Again, the ball on the right hash. 2 receivers wide left and a tight end left as well in Pascuzzi. One receiver right, short side of the field. There's the snap. Retzloff has way too much time. Fires downfield, knocked away. Great play by Jalen Braxton Harry at the 30-yard line. Ran a deep hitch, turned back. It would have been a first down, but he reached in and knocked that ball out at the last moment.
You know, David, they teach those receivers to keep coming back towards the quarterback to receive the football. He just pulled that route up, and fortunately Braxton was able to come in behind him and knock it away.
3 of 7 on third downs is Tulane. They've got a third down and 10 here from the Ole Miss 43. Right hash trying to keep this drive alive. Slot receivers left and right, twins on both sides. Now they send McClure in motion. It's an empty set. A little dump over the middle of the screen, knocked away by Franklin. They're trying to do a middle screen, had it set up, but Franklin batted the ball away.
Yeah, they ran Shaz Preston on a crossing route, David. He was set up over on the Ole Miss sideline, came completely underneath, was going to catch the ball right there right in front of the linebackers, and had some blockers on that wide side of the field. But good job by big number 5, Cam Franklin, sniffing it out and knocking the ball down.
So, John, after a good start, they're going to have to punt here.
Yeah, good job by Cam right there. Look at a shallow cross right there. Just knocked it down. I don't think he would have had the first down even if he would have caught it.
Sidewinding kick by Clark, and it's going to go into the end zone. Not a good punt there by Alec Clark. He wanted to try to kill that one inside the 10. The Rebels will have it at the 20, a 43-yard punt with no return. Well, the Rebel defense gets a stop. Ole Miss's offense will be out next when we come back. 13:04 to go in the third quarter. 17-3 Rebels. You're listening to Ole Miss football from Learfield.
Inspired by the moments that matter. The last-second touchdowns. The rivals outranked. The play fakes that surprised everyone. Especially the other guy's defense. At C-Spire, we connect you with all of it, on and off the field. With nationwide 5G wireless, fiber home internet, and business IT solutions. Because we're not just in your town, we're on your team. C-Spire, customer inspired.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola. This is the College Football Playoff.
The action returns after this timeout from your local station on the Ole Miss Sports Network from Learfield. Presented by Trustmark Bank. People you trust. Advice that works.
My mom has taken up going to the park to practice yoga. My dad's going to a club, but not a book club, a salsa club.
Finding new hobbies comes with age.
My mom has started getting lost and not knowing where she's going.
Becoming lost or disoriented doesn't. Confusion with time or place may be a sign of Alzheimer's. An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Man, I love my kids so much. I once sat for 3 hours in the cold rain to watch her soccer team lose by 18 goals.
I love my kids so much, I once used a tube to suck snot out of her stuffed nose at 3 a.m.
You win.
Love your kids? Love them enough to make sure they're in the right car seat. From toddlers to tweens, visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat to find the right seat for their age and size. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Extra hotty-toddy in your wallet with the Ole Miss Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card. Order at regions.com/Go Rebels. Regions, official bank of the SEC. After the punt that goes in the end zone, the Rebels start at the 20, and both Trinidad Chambliss and Kewan Lacey are back on the field. So that's good news. Lacey's got a brace he's wearing. Trinidad, whatever took place around the face area, he's okay too. So the Rebels will start at the 20. Got a bunch set with 3 receivers to the left. Now in motion to the far side goes Wallace. And he's one-on-one coverage over there. Fake to Lacey. Chambliss wants to throw. Out route caught by the tight end. Right. He's got some running room. Breaks the tackle to the 33. Gets the 40. Knocked off his feet at the 40-yard line. Sam Howard on the tackle. It's a 20-yard pickup and another Bank first down, as Bank First sponsors our first downs all year.
Yeah, big tight end just settling in that zone, David. Nice throw by Trinidad.
So right with the big pickup. 1st and 10 with the 40. A hitch route caught at the 45 to the 50 on the right seam, and to the 45-yard line is Trey Wallace. Boy, he caught and just took off here. He got, as coaches like to say, north and south in a hurry. That's a 16-yard gain.
Yeah, 2 receivers finding openings in that zone, David, and once they caught it, just turn and turn on the Jets.
Ball at the 44-yard line of Tulane. 1st and 10, another Bank first down. Despaney made that tackle. Pass near side, caught at the 40, and tiptoeing down the line is Stribling before he's knocked out of bounds inside the 30. Another Bank first down. Chinchu on the tackle.
Well, Trinidad came out firing on this particular drive, and he's 3 for 3.
He looks okay.
3 first downs. I believe he's going to be okay.
And that's going to be spotted at the 29, so a 15-yard gain. This looks like the earlier 2 drives.
We just want to finish this.
Big chunk plays. Ball's on the left hash. A little more discussion going on here. Not a quick snap.
Check off.
And now we're past the communications point. It's 8 seconds on the play clock. 2 receivers to the right at the 29-yard line of Tulane. Hand off to Lacey right up the middle. He gets inside the 25, down to the 20-yard line. Nice run, a 9-yard pickup, 2nd and 1. Javian White on the tackle. He plays the spear position, they like to call it. That's that hybrid safety, if you will. Ready again are the Rebels on 2nd and 1. Quick snap. Lacey, left side. 1st down. He's to the 15, down to the 13-yard line. And the Rebels get another Bank first down, and now are in the green zone. Shine made the tackle. We call it the green zone, but it's presented by friends at Wade Incorporated. Visit them online at wadeinc.com.
Once again, yards after contact, David, just dragging defenders.
1st and 10 from the 13-yard line for Ole Miss. Handoff is to Lacey again. It's the stiff arms. He runs right, trying to get a block in front. He's tackled from behind, though, at the 12. Only a 1-yard gain. Nice tackle by Kevin Adams III. And Kevin, sophomore from Destrehan, Louisiana, and he had a really good first half, led them in tackles.
Well, Rebels once again inside the 20, Dave. We don't want to bog down here. We've been sitting on that 17 number for quite a while. Let's get it in the end zone.
Logan Diggs checks in for Ole Miss along with Caleb Odom. And there's an empty set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. This is an empty set for Chambliss. Here comes the offside blitz, and it's a pass caught at the 5 to the goal line, to the end zone. Touchdown, Deshaun Stribling for 6.
Thank you. They heard me, and just a quick hitter out there to Stribling, and he's just a powerful runner after the catch, David, at 215 pounds and lots of speed. He just runs through tacklers of Tulane secondary, rushes it into the end zone. We're going to extend this lead out to 24-3.
Let's check with JD.
There, and Harry said it. He's looking like a lot of #1 receivers we've had here. A.J. Brown, Treadwell. He's a big guy that can make things happen after he catches the football. He's just a mismatch for DBs.
Yes, he is, John. Very powerful.
Point after attempt coming up for Ole Miss. 10-13 to go in the 3rd quarter. And this one is going to be good. And the Rebels do up 24-3. Got another Rebel Rags touchdown. We've been looking for that. We got 2 quick ones. It's been a dry spell. You can check out Rebel Rags. They're celebrating 20 years with Rebel Nation. Rebel fans running Rebel Rags. Rebel Rags, anything, everything. Ole Miss. 24-3. Rebels lead with 10-13 to go in the 3rd quarter. We'll be back on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
Sometimes a girl in my class doesn't bring anything to eat for lunch.
The truth is, in America, 1 in 5 kids worry about their next meal.
I want everybody to have yummy food.
So do we. That's why Kroger donates surplus fresh food from our shelves to your local food bank. We've provided over 3.5 billion meals through our Zero Hunger, Zero Waste plan. Visit Kroger.com to see how you can help fight hunger and waste in our community.
Because nobody should have an empty tummy.
Farming is probably the most natural thing for a person to do. It taught me how to take pride in my work, how to put something ahead of myself. Whether it was getting up early to feed the livestock or working late to bring in the harvest. Farming taught me to give it my best, no matter the job. My name is Tanner. I'm a farmer. I work for Case IH.
Case IH, built by farmers.
Ole Miss,
Tulane
Tulane. This is the College Football Playoff on the Ole Miss Sports Network from Learfield, presented by Trustmark Bank.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Well, they just honored 14 members of the Mississippi Army National Guard. They were involved in the flyover on the national anthem, with Trace Atkins sang the national anthem here today. 2 Apaches and 2 Blackhawks flew over, 4 helicopters, and they did a great job. 7 plays, 80 yards, 2 minutes and 51 seconds for the touchdown for Ole Miss. 13-yard pass to Stribling, the 6th touchdown catch of the year. First touchdown pass of the game for Trinidad Chambliss. After being banged up in the first half, he looked okay. Here is the ensuing kickoff, and it's a touchback. Trinidad now has just tied Jevin Sneed for 4th place in consecutive games with a touchdown pass with his 13th game in a row. Chad Kelly had the most at 22. Your Mississippi Ford dealers and the Ford F-150, official truck of the Ole Miss Rebels, one of our sponsors. Plays in that last drive, Harry and John, were 20, 16, 15, and 13. It felt just like the first 2 drives.
Yes, it did. Chunk plays, David. Throwing the football. We got away from the run right there and kept throwing it downfield. I've been saying all day that our receivers are in a much better class than their DBs. So I think we'll continue to exploit that. 1st and 10 with the 25-yard line for Tulane. Tulane back against the wall here. They need some points. Antonio Kite is checked in at cornerback. Here's a handoff to McClure as he hits the left side, gets across the 25 to the 27. The 25, of course, the line of scrimmage. We'll see if they squirted for a little bit more than that. Eccles and Daugherty combining on the stop. Looks like they're going to put him at the 24. Or I'm sorry, the 29. Yes. So he gets 4 yards out of it. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for Tulane. Yeah, McClure's been their he's been their workhorse, David. Very quick at hitting that left side. They've run behind that big left tackle they've got over there.
Good-looking young running back, a true freshman. They're in a pistol formation again. It's going to be a handoff to McClure, running left and breaking through and knocking him down with Centarian Perkins. What a nice play. Boy, if he misses that tackle, he might have gotten the edge and some big yardage. It'll be a loss of a yard back to the 28, where Tulane now will have 3rd down and 7.
Get Perkins went and got him, David. Whenever Get gets his hands on you, you usually don't turn loose, and that's another great tackle there by the player out of Raleigh, Mississippi.
Perkins and Eccles both have announced they will be back next year, among some others. Publicly announced it. 3 of 8 on 3rd downs is Tulane. 3rd down and 7 coming up from the Green Wave 28-yard line. Ball on the left hash. There's a snap to Restloff. He's going to step, run to his right, look downfield, fire, a diving effort. It's going to be caught, yes or no? They say yes. A diving catch at the 38. Sage Ryan was covering. I thought he had it broken up for a moment. Hayes with an incredible catch for Tulane, and that'll be a pickup of 10 and a 1st down to move the chains.
Yeah, they're going to look at it. It was obviously low, and they're going to take a peek at it.
Let's see what John Darnell saw.
The field of a catch is under further review.
All right, it'll be under further review. What do you think, JD?
Well, I don't know. He had went down, the ball was low. It's kind of hard to see, but they'll tell the replay. Our bench thinks it was incomplete, or they may have just been acting like that, but we'll see right here.
We can't tell on the replay here in the booth.
It was either he got his hand under, made a nice catch, or it was a really good shortstop play.
Going to be hard to tell.
I don't know. I don't think the ball came all the way through, and he kept it on his arm. What do you think?
Here we go right here.
The replay.
That's
I think
quick.
he caught it. And they're showing this on the big board, and none of the fans are booing, so to speak. So I think it's going to be a catch. That's a great play.
So what you're saying is a unanimous decision.
Yeah, I think so. Amari Hayes, if our people aren't booing, then they think he caught it. Out of Sarasota, Florida.
After further review, the ruling on the field is upheld.
So he gets it out to the 38-yard line. Kind of disappointing because you had him 3rd and long here, trying to get him off the field.
Well, you would, David. And we had matched up in the secondary with defenders, just ran a good route and threw the ball where nobody could catch it. It was not a good pass for sure. He was sprinting out to his right under duress was Reslauf, and simply threw it downfield low, and only person could catch it was his receiver. He did a good job of scooping it up.
They needed 7 and they got 10, and so now Tulane 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Well, I'm sure that's
empty set here with 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Ball on the right hash from the 38. There's a snap back to Reslauf. Here comes pressure. He's in the pocket, fires over the middle, incomplete. That was in traffic, and it didn't look like Justin Reed wanted much of that. He's a junior from Noonan, Georgia, transfer from Southern Mississippi. He's got 2 touchdown catches on the year, tied for second on the team. But Daugherty and Chambers had him kind of in a sandwich situation. He got the arms up there, but he didn't pull it in.
Well, they're a little short, those arms, little alligator arms.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's usually what happens when you're going to get hit.
2nd down and 10 for Tulane from their own 38. Again, right hash. They use a lot of tight ends.
Yeah,
Pascuzzi, Miller, and Reed. Right now they've got Reed and Miller in the game, both of them. Fake on a handoff. Reslauf runs to his right. Sidearm delivery and a grab there at the 47. I noticed that Jake really does do a good job with that sidearm pass. John, I didn't see you throw too many of those in a day.
Not like that. But, yeah, he did a good job right there. That's some good catches by the receivers. They like to flood that area over there. They got their pick on which one they want to throw to.
9-yard gain.
Yeah, they like to sprint him out on his right side since he's a right-hander, and he drops that slot down, throws a sidearm. But we're not doing a good job of covering the slot receiver. They're beating us on the out route.
Tulane huddling up. It's the sugar huddle. Now they run to the line. They've got a 3rd and 1 after the 9-yard pickup, and they're going to try to push forward, and the Rebels are winning the scrum and push them backwards, and I don't think they got it. I don't think they gained anything, if not maybe losing a tad bit. They're marking it right back at the line of scrimmage. It's one of those sugar huddles where you huddle up and rush to the line of scrimmage and try to snap it, catch the defense by surprise, and they were trying to get McClure to be kind of the push guy, and he's a little bitty dude. He's only 5'10", 190, and needed somebody bigger back there than him. And it's a no gain and 4th and 1, and Tulane's going to go for it.
Yeah, bringing in a couple big tight ends for blocking purposes, I would think, David. Rebels bring in a couple front guys, so we'll match them up gap for gap.
0 for 1 on 4th downs. They're 0 for 5 against Ole Miss, although 75% on the year. He's going to try to get a quarterback sneak. Reslauf is hit. It's going to be close. Second effort. Might have got it.
I think they blew it dead.
I should have blown it dead because he was stood up for a long time. Boy, it's going to be close. It's going to depend on this spot. Great effort by the Rebel defense, though. Jamarius Brown's playing referee. He's pointing the other way. Says it's our ball. Sage Ryan and Daugherty are dancing. They both think they're doing the 67 dance. Harry, have you gotten into that yet or no?
I'm not quite up to that, okay, David. I'll get back to you on it, though.
And it's going to be a stop by the Ole Miss defense. Tulane on the year after going 0 for 3 against Ole Miss in the first game. Went 12 for 16 the rest of the year, 75% in all other games, actually. And now they're 0 for 5 against Ole Miss, trying to get a 4th down conversion. So the Rebels will take over in great field position at the Tulane 47 when we come back. 6:44 to go in the 3rd quarter. It's Ole Miss 24, Tulane 3. You're listening to Ole Miss football from Learfield.
Celebrate the season at Oxford's Holly Jolly Holidays. Now through January 4th, stroll through the Walk of Lights, featuring brand new displays like Santa's Toy Box and the Gingerbread Village. Lace up for real ice skating at Oxford on Ice, and follow the Peppermint Trail for festive fun throughout town. Plan your visit today at visitoxfordms.com and follow along on social media at visitoxfordms.
There's team pride, and then there's extra Ole Miss pride. When I'm carrying the Ole Miss Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card, that's exactly what I get. Whether I'm grabbing some extra Ole Miss gear or picking up an extra dozen wings for the game, this card always brings it. Sometimes I get an extra hottie toddy from the cashier, too. Visit regions.com/Go Rebels to get yours.
Extra changes everything. And at Regions, Extra is our ordinary. Official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC.
This is Ole Miss football from Learfield.
I'm Chris Jakovic. I served in the United States Air Force, and I deployed 3 times. Being a veteran is interwoven into your DNA. It is really the absence of the connection and the purpose that can really drive a lot of veterans to some negative thoughts. For those who are in a suicidal crisis, the window of time to save somebody's life is very short. Our duty is to protect ourselves and protect our families. And one way you can do that is store your weapons safely. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
This message is for Karina, our mom who finished her high school diploma at age 28. Hi, Mom. It's Emmettith and Nicholas. Congratulations on getting your diploma. You worked so hard and have taught us so much. We love you.
When you graduate, they graduate. Finish your high school diploma for you and for them. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Well, we all got our wristbands on. They flash red, blue, and white. All the fans got them. We got them on here in the radio booth, too. Go you a station ID. Let's try to get that in. We'll pause 10 seconds on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
Sirius XM Sports, the leader in sports play-by-play.
Coors Light, Mountain Cold Refreshment. Choose Chill, official corporate partner of the Ole Miss Athletics. Celebrate responsibly. Rebels got a stop on defense. Cam Franklin credited with that tackle, but a whole bunch of guys involved in that, and the Rebels take over the Tulane 47, leading 24-3. Chambliss back in at quarterback. Lacey's the running back. There's a snap to Chambliss. Rebels pick up some pressure. Fires downfield, incomplete. A little hitch right around the 33-yard line intended for Wallace, and a really nice job by Joker Johnson. The field corner came up and knocked that one out of the 2nd down and 10 after the incompletion. Well, we got to wear these fancy little bracelets, and they synchronize them to the music and stuff here, and we're a multitasking, participating radio crew. We do everything the fans do, don't we? Quick out route caught here at the 42, and fighting but knocked out of bounds there is Deuce Alexander. That's going to be a pickup of 5 here. We're left with 3rd and 5.
Yeah, that's all we needed, David. You don't want to go into 3rd and 10. You don't have the odds are not with you long, but they pick up a quick 5 there with a quick throw out to Deuce Alexander. Unable to get away from the corner. Good tackle.
Yeah, Wadsworth, who's really listed 3rd on their depth charts, transfer from Wofford, who made that tackle. From the 42, 3rd down and 5 for Ole Miss. Lacey's off the right shoulder. Chambliss got slot receivers, twin receivers left and right. One of those is Daquan Wright. He kind of sidesteps and now runs across the back of the line. 5 seconds on the play clock. Got to hurry up. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. There's the snap. Now looking to throw is Chambliss. Here comes pressure. Fires it near side. Incomplete at the 35. Hot one. There comes a late flag for interference. Intended for Deuce Alexander as Wadsworth was covering again. I think they're going to get a flag on that. Well, let's check with John Darnell.
Pass interference. Defense.
Had Deuce Alexander
Spotted the foul.
by the arm right there, but bad penalty. That would have been a tough catch for him, but good call by the official over here.
Yeah, tough one. It didn't really necessarily need to grab him there, but that'll work for the Rebels. They will spot the ball at the 34-yard line. It'll be a 1st down at the 34 for Ole Miss. There's the snap, and a pass batted away. Well, we've had that out of Trinidad. One of the downsides of his game, he's not real tall. There's probably been a dozen or more balls that have been batted down. This time, Cameron Hamilton got the hand up. And people are playing it that way, too, knowing that you got a chance to knock it down.
Yeah, we had a guy come up, had a twist and come off the edge on the outside, got his hand up. It's going to be a quick toss out to, I think, Harrison Wallace, but batted back to it.
2nd down and 10 from the Tulane 34. 2 receivers left. You got Alexander, one of those. There's the snap and a pass over the middle, incomplete. He threw a bullet to the 20. It was a rocket. He's tried to get that one to Winston Watkins. I don't think Winston's got a catch today, does he?
No,
Chris?
he does not.
I don't believe so.
And he wasn't in the. He never got to where the ball was going. He threw a bullet, a fastball in there. Unfortunately, the safety missed it.
Yeah, Howard and Moore were both back there. Moore had a shot at maybe picking that off. Another third down for the Rebels. We haven't had a ton of those. We've been getting first downs on second downs, if you will. 1 of 5 on third downs. This is third down and 10 from the 34 of Tulane, left hash. 5:44 to go in the third quarter, 24-3. Ole Miss leading Tulane. Lacey moves over to the right shoulder of Trinidad. Now he brings right in motion to the near side, fakes the handoff, quick deep out far side, going to be caught, but nothing there. Good open field tackle. Trey Wallace made the grab, but tried to break away from Joker Johnson, but Joker got him at the 31. So the Rebels will gain 3 and looking at 4th down and 7, and Carnero's going to come try to get a kick.
Yeah, you'd have to believe Joker Johnson's their number 1 corner, David. He's hard to get away from. Good tackler in the open field. He showed it right there, bringing Harrison Wallace down for really no gain.
This will be from the 38-yard line, a 48-yard effort for the right-footed kicker Carnero. Will be on the right hash. He's 12 of 14 on the year in this 40 to 49 range. Carter Short will snap. Bird will hold. Trying to extend the lead. Snap back and down. The kick has definitely got distance. Is it on target? And it is good. What a nice kick. Let's check with JD, who saw that one field level.
Yeah, nailed it. It wasn't right down the middle like he usually is, but just to the left a little bit, but it got through there. Plenty of distance.
What a weapon he's been all year. And the Rebels lead 27-3 with 4:57 to go in the third quarter. We'll take a break. Actually, we're going to keep it here. We're going to keep it here. Then
Let you read some cards.
Let me read a card. 6 plays, moved only 16 yards. You got the 48-yard field goal out of Carnero. Took 1:09, but here you would have liked to gotten a touchdown.
Well, of course, David. I mean, you feel comfortable in this game, 27-3, but if you got the touchdown, it puts you up 31-3, and you definitely felt like you were in cruise control. But Tulane stiffened. You know, they decided they're not going to let anybody catch it in front of them and pick it up. And Chambliss was fortunate on one of the tosses. It went high through the safety's hands. But Rebels with a weapon with Carnero able to come away with the 3. We'll take that as we, under 5 minutes here in the third quarter.
I remind you that Christmas shopping may be winding down for you. May not have even started. I know some of you kind of late at that. But if you're looking for something unique to give your favorite lady, don't forget diamonds are a girl's best friend, especially Swayze Field diamonds. Check out baseball.olemisssportscamps.com where you can find info on the 2026 Ladies Baseball Forum that will take place January 24th. You can sign her up. Also, the 2-day winter specialty camp for players, January 17th and 18th. We'll make a special gift for a young aspiring baseball player. Again, it's baseball.olemisssportscamps.com. Lucas Carnero now has just tied Caden Davis for second place in single-season field goals made with 24. Jonathan Nichols holds the record at 25. Caden is here, by the way. He's returned. He's looking for a deal somewhere, but he has returned to help the staff, which has been great. Harry and I have talked to him multiple times. Yep. He is such an incredible individual. Good to see Caden back in the house.
Well, it really is, David. I'm out there in a heavy coat. He's got shorts on, and I'm thinking, man, age really does make a difference,
No
but
doubt.
a great kid from Coppell, Texas, which I think is outside of Dallas. And
they got some great restaurants out there. I told him you and I are going to go visit him out there sometime.
We'll do it. Let's get this season over with the national championship. We'll take a ride.
No doubt. Well, they're doing a little Christmas music to our bracelets now. If you want to hold your bracelet out and participate, it's getting a little bit darker, so it looks a little bit more effective here. Christmas just around the corner. Wish everybody a Merry Christmas. The Grove was fantastic. If you follow me on X, I put up several pictures of the Christmas trees, Santa Claus, all kind of stuff going on over there. It was a unique and different look in the Grove, that's for sure.
Well, we're playing football in December, and it's real. And if we win tonight, which we are, we're going to play some more come January 1.
We're going to play some more New Year's football maybe. Got some work to do still. We'll kick here. Carnero sets it up on the tee. 4:57 to go third quarter. Ole Miss 27, Tulane 3. Tulane, the AAC champions, knocked off North Texas in the conference championship game in New Orleans. Here's the kick. And Carnero hits that one nicely. That'll be a touchback, and the Green Wave will start at the 25.
Yeah, that's the kicks we've been used to seeing right there, David. Just go all the way to the back line. And the ball boy catches it in midair, doesn't fumble, just comes straight to the sideline with it.
The Rebels have 352 yards of offense now. Tulane sitting on 260. Through the air, Ole Miss 264. Tulane 169. Rebels only rushed for 88 yards. Tulane 91 are the numbers, if you will, at this point. It's now Jake Retzloff's turn. He's 13 of 22 for 169 yards. No touchdowns, 1 interception. He's got a pistol formation. They've used the pistol a lot. This time it's Javen Gordon that's behind him. And he will hand it off to Gordon. Gordon starts right, cuts back to the middle, and finds a little bit of an opening and turns this into about a 5-yard gain. Nice run because it didn't look like it was there when he first took off. Yates and Womack on the tackle. Jaden Yates has played a pretty good bit. The junior from Columbus, Ohio, is one of the backup linebackers from Marshall. He's started a lot of the year, too. He has most total tackles in a game this year with 11 back when we played Tulane the first time. He got 11 tackles in that game. It's 2nd and 5 for Tulane from the 30-yard line. Yates has 47 tackles on the season. They actually put this just shy of the 30 to 29, so make it 2nd down and 6 on a 4-yard pickup. Snap back to Retzloff. Pressure up the middle. Fires out route. Got his man wide open. 35 to the 40 to the sidelines of the 45. Knocked out of bounds is Garrett Mamahat. Mamahat is a junior out of New Orleans. He had some big catches in their championship game. That's the first time he's been targeted and the first time he's made a grab, and it's a big one. Turns out into a 1st down all the way out to the 47-yard line. A pickup there of 18 yards. He's pushed out of bounds by Gushikin.
Two receivers on that side of the field. One ran in and one ran out. And Gushikin went with the wrong guy, David. He was wide open.
Back to throw. Retzloff, lots of time. Deep over the middle, wide open, overshoots a touchdown. Wide open at the 15-yard line was Anthony Brown-Stevens, the transfer from Kentucky. And, I mean, it just sailed a little bit long. Now, there may be he's pointing to the sidelines like he may have pulled up a little bit lame there, John. I don't know, but nonetheless, a good connection. He's wide open for the score. And it looks like he's limping off the field.
Yeah, just a play-action pass, deep post. He just ran right by Banks and just overthrew him. It would have been a touchdown. He overthrew him 5 yards, looked like, from where I am. But, yeah, we got away with one there.
Yeah, we did, John. Blew that coverage, but he simply just threw it 5 yards over his head.
He limped off the field, so maybe he pulled up. There's a trick play as the quarterback's going to run. Fumbles the ball right into the Rebels' hands. Flags fly, too. Gushikin catches it. They went into a little shell huddle behind the line of scrimmage with 2 backs and then exploded out of that, but the quarterback kept the ball, Retzloff. Then he took off running left, and the ball got knocked out of his hands by Daughtery. And then was it Braxton that ended up with it? I'm not real sure. There is a flag now.
Rolling on the field is a fumble recovered by the defense. Holding offense number 56. That penalty is declined. 1st down, Ole Miss.
Little trick play, but it didn't work, JD.
They're under center, and they all got to the backfield. Both backs came to the quarterback, and both backs went different directions. The quarterback kept it, and we hit him for the fumble. Knocked it loose of.
He had popped straight up into Gushikin's arms, and he just ran right under it like
Daughtery,
a pass.
Yeah, Daughtery and Perkins hit him and knocked the ball out, and it was Gushikin that recovered it. Wow. Huge play for Ole Miss.
It's turnover advantage so far in this contest on the Rebels side.
That will put the ball at the Ole Miss 48. Late here in the 3rd quarter, 3:31 to go. And Ole Miss up 27-3. Little trickeration, and Retzloff just lost the ball. Fake on a handoff, crossing route, deep downfield, caught at the 36-yard line and tackled instantly is Deuce Alexander. Used to do that for Deuce McAllister. Joker Johnson on the tackle. They're going to spot it at the 37 officially, and that will be an 11-yard gain. Another bank first down for Ole Miss.
Yeah, every Rebel team needs a Deuce, don't you think, David?
Absolutely. They need some more Eli's. When are Eli's kids going to be growing up? We need one of them.
Like the daughter was older.
She could play some softball. We don't need a quarterback out even with the younger one. There's a diving effort and a catch there by Caleb Odom here on the near sidelines at the 31. That'll be a 6-yard pickup here.
Yeah, good job there, Caleb Odom going down. He's 6'5", David. He had to go down low, dive to catch that ball. Not a well-thrown ball by Trinidad Chambliss, but hey, as long as it's a catch, that's all that matters.
He had to leave the field holding his shoulder, too. Caleb Odom did, so Hass is checked in. Yeah, that was a great effort because, like you mentioned, it's hard for those big guys to get down that far. 2nd down and 4 for Ole Miss. Handoff is to Lacey. He's hit at the line of scrimmage. Still turning those feet and gets inside the 30 to about the 28. Looks like about a 3-yard gain. A little bit short of the first down, though. 3rd down and 1 coming up. T.J. Smith and Kevin Adams on the tackle for Tulane.
Lacey just gives you the full package, David. Great vision, never stops, makes you miss.
3rd and 1, direct snap to Lacey. He's going to try the left side, and Keyshawn gets the first down to the 26-yard line, a pickup of 2. 1st and 10 for the Rebels, and another bank first down.
Came up with holding that shoulder again, David, right there after the tackle. But at 5'11", 205, carried 258 times coming into today's game. That's a lot.
Norman and Adams combine on that tackle. Lacey's got 13 carries in this one, but he does leave the game, kind of favoring that left shoulder again. And Logan Diggs is in. There's the snap. 1st and 10 for the Rebels. Quick pass out to Diggs, far side. Spins away from the man at the 25, the 20, the 15. Diggs down to the 13. What a spinning move. Listen to this crowd's reaction to that move by Logan Diggs. He's a fantastic back who's been dealing with a lot of injury issues. He's back, and what a move. And we got an injured player. Williams and Chinchu combined to stop. Chinchu is shaken up. But what a spin move there, John Darnell.
It's good to see him in there, and I'll just say leave him in there. I mean, Lacey's, we got a good lead, and Lacey keeps coming out. But, yeah, a good spin move right there and got another 15 yards.
Well, that was a well-designed play, John. They just simply go hit the back for sure. They had blockers out there. They had 3 wide, and one of them being Haas, the tight end. So he was able to pick off that first defender and allow Lacey to get downfield to put that spin move on, David, and get a few extra yards.
13-yard pickup there, J.D.
Yeah, I thought it was a good decision. He faked to the back first and then tried to go downfield, then came back to Diggs. So that was a good decision by Trinidad to do that, and paid off for him. Rebels are in the green zone as well with a 13-yard pickup. 1st down and 10 from the 13. Green zone is presented by our friends at Wade Incorporated. Visit them online at wadeinc.com. 1:15 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Ole Miss is on top 27-3. David Kellum, Harry Harrison, John Darnell, and our crew with you from here. They're checking on the injured player for Tulane on the far side. Rebels really trying to put this one away, or at least make it extremely difficult for Tulane. With a whole quarter yet to play, but Ole Miss up 24 and knocking at the door here again. What a crowd, by the way. I want to take the opportunity to mention that this crowd is just fantastic. It's packed to the gills. Tickets were tough to come by. The Grove had a good crowd as well. And so the Rebels have responded in a huge way here at home. What an incredible impact financially to the Oxford area as well. Kejuan Lacey has just passed Quinshon Judkins for the 2nd most carries in a season. In fact, he now has 272. Harry alluded to that a moment ago. Quinshon had 274 in 2022, so he's 2 more carries from tying, 3 from breaking that mark as well. But I'm kind of like John. He's been favoring that shoulder a couple of times. He's able to come back in, but obviously it's bothering him somewhat, so he might want to just take a break till later.
Till New Orleans.
Yeah.
Yes.
Chambliss coming back was good to see for sure. Wydett Williams did not return, and that is a concern. He's a fantastic safety, but
well, the day's December the 20th. We got, 10 days, 11 days?
Odom was taken.
12 days.
We've been told by Fish they saw Odom go to the locker room. So injury updates are brought to you by Richard Schwartz & Associates, your Mississippi Injury Law Firm. One call, that's all. All right, let's see what the Rebels can do here. Poised at the 13-yard line with a 1st and 10 right hash. Diggs goes in motion, giving Chambliss an empty set. He's going to quarterback run it himself, has a stiff arm to try to get outside. He's going to get to the 10. Boy, that was all Chambliss because there were people all in his face. Sam Howard eventually ran him out of bounds, and they'll spot it at the 11, actually, so he gets a couple of yards out of that, but that was a hard-earned 2. We saw Howard before the game walking on the field. He is a well-chiseled linebacker, to say the least.
Yeah, very good middle linebacker for Tulane, and Chambliss able to get away from him, but only a short game.
He started his career at Austin Peay, did Sam Howard. So the Rebels now 2nd down and 8 from the 11. Chambliss on the snap, fires, got his man, caught Lee at the 5, turns and dives to the 2-yard line. Here on the near side, Caden Lee with the grab, and the Rebels have it 1st and goal from the 2 on a 9-yard pickup. It's a bank first down as Wadsworth makes the tackle.
Good job of Lee just settling in that zone coverage down there on the goal line, David, and really good toss, real fastball thrown in there to him, and was able to get it down first and goal.
First and goal from the 2. Lacey has not returned to the game, Harry, so you still have Diggs in there.
Well, Diggs gives you a 220-pound back, too, David.
And that's going to be the end of the quarter. The clock runs down. So we have played 3 quarters. The Rebels will be poised first and goal at the 2 when we start quarter number 4, leading this college football playoff game 27-3, trying to earn a trip to New Orleans to the Sugar Bowl to take on the Georgia Dogs. We'll be back on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
Trey Willis, left tackle.
Marshall Jones, wide receiver. Alex Philbin, running back.
Hi, I'm Tim from C Spire. Am I in the right place? It always pays to have the right players on your team. That's why C Spire gives you fiber-fast home internet, nationwide 5G wireless, and best-in-class business solutions, all backed by local 24/7 support. C Spire, customer inspired.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check Kirk Herbstreit's pregame analysis first, before talking to your brother-in-law.
In this game, the key thing to watch will be the offensive line versus the front seven. If they can get pressure without blitzing, this could be a long night.
Okay, Kirk.
I know stuff.
Ooh, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
This is Rebels football on the Ole Miss Sports Network from Learfield.
You said you'd never buy your kid candy from the checkout aisle. Or forget extra diapers. You'd never lick your thumb to clean their face. Never, ever become a minivan mom. So when you say you'd never leave your child in a hot car, no, it can happen. Cars get hot fast, and kids can be at risk in temperatures as low as 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
We just kind of knew from the beginning that we were family.
They showcased a sense of love that I never had before. I mean, he's not only my parent, like he's like my best friend.
At the end of the day, it's all been worth it. I wouldn't change a thing about our lives.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Going on as we head to the 4th quarter. Drone show up to our right, kind of over the south end zone. We talked to Drew before the game, Ingraham, about in our marketing department about the drones. He told Harry and me that they've now got a big giant circle that says SIP. They increased the drones from 300 to 600, and it's pretty impressive in the sky. Ole Miss is one of the first schools to do this, if I remember a few years ago.
That's correct. That's correct. Fireworks on the field, drones in the air. Looks like the state fair going on here.
And the Rebels leading 27-3 as we head to the 4th quarter. The ball just inside the 3-yard line. The Rebels Can Do comes in red. 4th downs are sponsored by Mid-South Ag Equipment, your North Mississippi Case IH dealer. Getting the job done starts with choosing the right red tractor. Check them out at midsouthag.com because Can Do comes in red. First and goal from the 2. Direct snap to Diggs. Diggs lowers his head, plows into the end zone. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
Yes, sir. 220-pound guy, Diggs. It gives you a lot more girth than Kawan Lacey, David. That was just a big man push. He got some help from the offensive lineman. But 220-pound Diggs into the end zone for the score to run the score out to 34-3.
4th rushing touchdown of the year for Logan Diggs, who's been used limitedly because of an injury, coming back from injury. What a nice run. That's his 2nd touchdown against Tulane this year. He had a TD in the first game as well. The Rebels go up 33-3, and a point after attempt pending here. Officially call it a 3-yard TD run. Ball's just inside the 3. Carnero with a PAT, snap back and down, kick on its way. Boy, the guy off the edge almost blocked that.
Got there in a hurry.
Sure did. That was T.J. Smith off the edge, nearly blocked it. But it goes through, and the Rebels lead 34-3. with 14:55 to go. They got the big college football playoff logo in the sky with the drones at the moment. That was 8 plays, 52 yards in 3 minutes and 36 seconds. 3-yard rush by Diggs. And, John, that was set up by great defensive play by the Rebels as well.
Yeah, it was. And they tried to trick play. We get the turnover, and we take it down and put it in the end zone like you need to do. But, yeah, Diggs, such a good inside runner down here on the goal line, and powerful. And Rebels put them away here in the second half.
14:55 to go in the fourth quarter. Ole Miss up 34-3, and we'll kick it off.
Yeah, it gets you some breathing room. You feel a little more comfortable down there, Callum?
Oh, yeah. Do you? I hadn't been standing up nervous like some of you other boys. Y'all been standing up kind of nervous.
You know, when you got 2 titanium hips, you got to get up and stretch occasionally.
I love it. Kewan Lacey had to leave the injury, and Diggs comes in, and he sticks it in for the TD. There's the kick in the end zone about 4 yards deeply, caught there by Smith, and it will be a touchback.
You know, I used to be on the kickoff team my sophomore year. It seems so boring now that all you do is just run down there and run off the field. We got to actually tackle guys back in the day.
I mean, it was a play every time.
It was every time.
And running wide open. A lot of injuries in it, so they changed it, but it's become almost non-existent. And, you know, it's kind of weird, Harry. We talked about this on a broadcast in the past, but when I first saw the pro version, I said, gosh, that looks so weird. But it is a play.
It is a play, and it's a good play, and less collisions that way. But the college kickers have gotten so good at kicking it through the end zone, there's no returns.
Chambers and Yates are in this time at the linebacker for Ole Miss, and there's a swing pass to McClure, and he dropped it. It'll be incomplete. He swung out to the right and tried to run before he caught it. Yates was chasing him pretty hard, and it's incomplete. So 2nd and 10 from the 25-yard line for Tulane. 34-3 Ole Miss. David Kellum, Harry Harrison, John Darnell, the rest of our crew here in Oxford. First ever college football playoff game in Oxford, Mississippi. First time in the state of Mississippi. Arguably the biggest sporting event that has been held in the state of Mississippi, as the Rebels trying to advance to the next round. There's a handoff and a gain of only 1 to the 26 is Gordon there. Cam Franklin wrapped him up and drove him back.
Yeah, David, they moved Cam Franklin down to defensive tackle. I'm not sure if that might be his where is going forward. It's not going to be where he's going to be playing, is the inside instead of outside on that defensive end. But he made a great play right there after a 1-yard pickup.
And, you know, you have mixed emotions about that, Harry, too, because he's been so good on the edge as well. He was leading the Rebels coming into this game with 14 quarterback hurries.
Yeah, he's a beast out there at 6'5" and about 290 pounds.
3rd down and 9 for Tulane from their own 26. 4 of 10 on 3rd downs are the Green Wave. Snap back to Restloff. 3-man rush. He wants to throw, runs out to his right. Franklin chasing him, fires it downfield. Is going to be caught by the tight end, and falling forward is a deep crosser by Pascuzzi. He caught the ball and then leaned across the 35 to get the first down. Chambers on the tackle. Nice executed play by Retzloff and his tight end, and it's just enough. 9 yards for the first down. Franklin with that great pursuit, but couldn't quite get to him.
Yeah, they're going to take a look at this apparently, but looked like they've spotted at the nose of the football above the 35.
The ruling on the field that the runner made the line to gain is under further review.
You know, the thing for me was that he caught it before he went down and just kind of fell to the left. I think he got it unless the ball was in the right arm instead of the left arm, because he was running to the opposite sidelines. We'll see. They're going to review
They're definitely reviewing it. It had beaten the linebacker Chambers. He was on his hip pocket, but threw it right where he needed to catch it, and you know, his knee went down first, David, so it depends on where the ball. Here we get another look right here. Knees down there.
He may be a hair bit short.
I think he's short.
Just a hair bit. You know, we watch TV games. We're always looking at the yellow line. We come call a game. We don't have a yellow line. We're just looking at the down markers and all. And so the yellow line's not perfect by any means. It's never right.
See right there, he's definitely short.
100% right.
Yeah.
But it looked like on that replay, he may be a hair bit short.
Well, we get to see the backside on our monitor, but when you look at the view they showed on the big screen in the stadium, he was about a half a yard short, down right there.
Numbers on Trinidad Chambliss while we got a break here. 23 of 29 for 282 yards, 1 touchdown. He's hit 8 different receivers in this contest. His story has just been fantastic here at Ole Miss, obviously, and what he's been able to do since the injury to Austin Simmons early in the year has just been phenomenal. A D2 transfer from Ferris State.
Trying to get another year of football. He's already played 6 years. We'll see how that works out.
After further review, the ball carrier was short of the line to gain. It's 4th down.
Well, I figured Tulane would certainly go for it, David. They're down 34-3 in the contest. We're into the 4th quarter here.
So it should be moved back to the 34, really about the 34 and a half. They've only got a half a yard, but they are going to go for it. 4th and a half a yard for Tulane. Trailing 34-3 are the Green Wave. 13:39 to play. Tulane out of New Orleans. Long time non-conference rival for Ole Miss and a conference rival. We played this 75th meeting. Barnes is in at running back now. Arnold Barnes. They're 0 of 2 on 4th downs. It's going to be off the left side, and the ball's out, and it's recovered by Ole Miss at the 31. Will it be ruled a fumble or not? He didn't get the first down. I don't think Retzloff got it. So Tulane is 12 of 16 on the year on 4th down attempts, except against Ole Miss, and now 0 for 6.
It is a fumble recovered by the defense. 1st down, Ole Miss.
Wow. And that's the worst thing, obviously, that could happen to Tulane, David. You're trying to pick up the first down. You're deep in your own territory. You're down 34-3. And we'll see again right here on the monitor what happens. Retzlaff with the run. Not sure he wasn't down. It looks like he
may have been down before the ball came out.
Looked like he was down before the ball came out.
Well, we got a timeout, and we need to take a break here. All right, we'll be back shortly in the Ole Miss Radio Network.
Whether you want to improve your community, your job prospects, or just your bottom line, earning your degree with Ole Miss Online can help you meet your goals in 2026. Complete your bachelor's, master's, or graduate certificate degree in high-demand fields including business, criminal justice, education, pharmacy, sport analytics, and more. These top-ranked Ole Miss Online programs have multiple start dates each year, and all students pay in-state tuition rates. To find out more, visit us at online.olemiss.edu.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you're planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
This is Jake Mangum. It's great to be on a team that is based in Mississippi. It's important to me that my team supports our high schools, universities, and several local events throughout the state. Of course, I'm talking about my home team, Farm Bureau Insurance. If you aren't already with Farm Bureau, it's time to join the team. Visit favrates.com for great rates on home and auto insurance, or find a local agent at msfbins.com. Farm Bureau Insurance. Go with the home team.
Vaught Hemingway Stadium, home of the Rebels, where over 64,000 voices rise to a crescendo, helping turn big plays into Mississippi mayhem. Ford trucks have an iconic tradition too, like Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks 48 years straight. Drive F-150, official truck of the Rebels, only at your Mississippi Ford dealer, based on 1977 and 2024 total sales.
Welcome back to Oxford. David Kellum, Harry Harrison, and John Darnell. As we told you earlier, we got Fish Robinson spotting defense. He claims he was short, and we recovered the fumble, right? Okay.
I don't think they even looked at it.
We got Rick McKay handling our offensive spotting. Chris Maples on our stats. We got Houston McDavid engineering this one. We appreciate him.
He drives the bus, doesn't he?
He does drive the bus. We'll have Brett Norsworthy and Richard Cross in our postgame coming a little bit later. Karen Litinsky helped us with the Grove Report early and doing Behind the Mic. And, of course, Dan Courts, who makes sure we get on the radio. So from the 29-yard line, Ole Miss will definitely take over. It was ruled a fumble and recovered by Ole Miss. Perkins knocked it out. There's going to be an end around, and that's going to be Deuce Alexander. We used that a pretty good bit. That's the 18th carry for him this year. Came in with 17 carries, 123 yards, and a 7.2 average. Didn't get much on this one. In fact, we'll see where I think that's no gain. No gain at the 29, so 2nd and 10. Tulane stretched that one out nicely. It was Javian White who made the tackle.
We ran it to the short side of the field, which I thought was interesting.
Empty set, no running back here. There's a fake to jet sweep again, and now Chambliss going to run off the right side. He's got room, 20, 15, 10, and slides down as he hits the 10-yard line, the 11-yard line. And that'll be a first down for Ole Miss, a bank first down on an 18-yard pickup. And also the Rebels are in the Wade Incorporated green zone, and we'll try to punch this one in on a nice run. You can check out Wade Incorporated, WadeInc.com. 1st and 10 at the 11. Logan Diggs now will come in. Trinidad, he just gets vertical so quickly here. It's
what
amazing.
He does, David, and a big gap opened up right there from the run. Nobody open.
Hand off to Diggs. Diggs tries the middle, now kicks it off the left tackle, and he gets a little bit of an opening, but will be pushed to about the 7-yard line is all he's going to get, but he gets 4 out of it. 2nd down and 6 from the 7-yard line for Ole Miss.
Yeah, nice inside run by Logan Diggs. We talked about it, 220-pound back, was able to push forward. Got a little more girth than Kawan Lacey does. Lacey will make you miss.
Chambliss got the 18-yard run now, 4-yard run. 18's a good number. 18 was here talking to the team this week. Archie Manning, we got a one-on-one visit with Chambliss as well. 2nd down for Ole Miss, 2nd and 6 from the 7-yard line. Hand off to Diggs, off left tackle of Pounds. He is hammered. Boy, pretty nice stick there by Tulane, and it will be a 2nd down. Or now 3rd down. I don't think he got anything. No, he actually lost a yard. Back to the 8.
Looked like he ran right into back of Haas. That's what it looked like, and just bounced right off of him. Unfortunately, fell down backwards. It's third and 7.
3rd down and 7 from the 8. Ole Miss 2 of 7 on 3rd downs. Leading 34-3. Trying to get another one here, but Tulane stiffened up inside the 10-yard line. There's the snap. Chambliss wants to throw. He's going to take off and run. Runs left to the 5. Spins. Dives to the end zone. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
Yeah, once again, Trinidad Chambliss just smells the end zone, David. Nobody popped open quickly. The receivers did. Found a little gap on the left side, racing into the end zone. Nobody could get to him before he got there. Just has that affinity for the goal line.
Well, this one's become a rout for sure. Ole Miss 40. Tulane 3, and there's still 10:45 to play in this game. The Rebels, John, take advantage of yet another Tulane turnover. It seems like every time they turn it over, Ole Miss sticks it in.
Yeah, we've made them pay for those turnovers, especially in the second half. But good job, good decision by Trinidad there, not to force it, just to take off and try to get to the goal line, and he did.
Point after attempt for Carnero. So Rebels get another Rebel Rags touchdown. Presented by friends at Rebel Rags. Kick is on its way and good. 41-3. When you touch down in Oxford, be sure to make Rebel Rags your first stop. Rebel fans celebrated 20 years with Rebel Nation. Rebel Rags, anything, everything, Ole Miss. That was 5 plays, 29 yards in 2 minutes and 37 seconds. After the 2nd fumble by the quarterback, Retzloff, he also has an interception in the game. Chambliss with the 8-yard touchdown run. We'll be back on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
Don't stop planning for your future. Don't stop investing in your kids' education. Don't stop dreaming of that new home. And don't stop growing your business. Whatever you're passionate or dreaming about, don't stop. Because when you have a bank you can trust, you have the confidence to take on tomorrow. Speak with a Trustmark associate today for advice on achieving your goals. Trustmark. People you trust. Advice that works. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Picture it. Your holiday table, the family cooking together, the scent of golden brown bread, rosemary from roasted potatoes, and a salad so crisp it snaps, spiced cider in every glass, laughter around every plate. At Kroger, we know these moments matter, and we make it easier to bring them to life with quality that's affordable in every aisle. This season, don't just host, make every moment unforgettable. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Some people Just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check if they're going for it on 4th down before going to the concession stand.
Yeah, give me 3 hot dogs, 2 jumbo
What? Hey, buddy, you want cheese with those? Yeah, checking first is smart.
No.
What? So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
It's 6:30 and the branch is closed.
Yep.
And you couldn't find your debit card.
Nope.
But you're going to get cash.
Yep. Cadence Bank Live Teller has extended hours, and I can get cash from my account with my driver's license.
My bank can't do that.
Nope.
With over 300 live teller locations with extended hours, there's opportunity here. Find a live teller near you at cadencebank.com/live teller. Equal opportunity lender, member FDIC.
Extended the lead to 41-3 over Tulane with 10:45 to go in this contest. 68,251 the attendance. Packed house here at Vaught Hemingway Stadium and Hollingsworth Field. And now the Rebels will kick to Tulane here. Injury updates are brought to you by Richard Schwartz and Associates, your Mississippi injury law firm. One call, that's all. John, we saw Kewan Lacey go out for a second time favoring a shoulder.
Yeah, just re-injured that shoulder and not going to come back in tonight. I feel like he'll be okay to play here in 10 days, but not going to see him again tonight for sure.
But Logan Diggs did a nice job there, Harry.
Yo, without a doubt, David. Logan Diggs is a heck of a back. I mean, aren't we fortunate to be able to have a backup like a Logan Diggs at 5'11 and 220 with spin moves we saw earlier down on the other end of the field. And a terrific back who's played at Notre Dame, LSU, and now Ole Miss.
Kick goes in the end zone for another touchback for Lucas Carnero. A little eyeball in there on the special teams.
Everybody's trying to have some fun, aren't they?
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, great decision maker Trinidad Chambliss, David, by pulling that ball down and finding that crease and getting in the end zone. I suspect we'll go see a whole bunch of folks playing.
Yeah, in fact, Tyler Banks is in the game now. The 2025 Chucky Mullins winner, backup linebacker. TB is the senior from Blackstone, Virginia. Had a chance to talk to him about the situation here. Said everything's cool. We're ready to roll. And that was good visit with him earlier this week. And Banks now playing linebacker. There's a pass and a diving effort on a post route by Omari Hayes. What a grab. That was a hot shot. He grabbed it at the 43-yard line, picking up 18 yards, a first down for Tulane.
Yeah, it's a good throw and even a better catch, David. Just went airborne to come up with it, and it was about 3 feet or 3 feet off the ground, but he came away with the catch.
Ricky Fletcher's in right now at DB. 2
new D tackles, too.
There's the snap, and the handoff is to McClure. McClure is hit from behind and then lunges forward across the 45 to the 47. He'll get 4 yards and be 2nd and 6. Jamarius Brown is in there along with Deshaun Womack. They were combining on that particular tackle.
Yeah, Maddox in that. Maddox in there also.
Yeah, 95. Andrew Maddox. He was in earlier. He's back in there again. DJ Holmes. We have DJ in there. Sophomore from Hokie, Florida. 47. Playing on the edge over here. Fake on a handoff. Retzloff wants to throw. Far side got his man 45-yard line. And Brown Stevens, he's still running. And it's going to get to about the 39, looks like. That's another big play for Tulane. A 14-yard pickup. Womack and Holmes combining on the stop.
Yeah, good catch, good run, but you never want to turn back and come back towards those D linemen that are coming back at you, and that's exactly what finally brought him down.
Tulane at the right hash, the 39-yard line of Ole Miss. Going to run a little reverse here, and now throw the quarterback, batted away.
Good job.
Hayes is who was trying to throw it, and Talib Graham in there, defensive end, a freshman from Daphne, Alabama, comes in and makes a play.
Yes, maybe he played in 1 or 2 games so far this year, had not seen a lot of action, but a real heady play right there. Going to be a throwback to the quarterback after reverse, and he just batted the ball down. Good job.
He flipped it to one receiver running the other way and flipped it to another receiver, and Hayes was that receiver, and he tried to throw it back to Retzloff, and it got batted down. by Graham. Great job. Second down 10 for Tulane for the Ole Miss 39. They've tried some trick plays. I don't know if one's worked yet. Handoff left side. McClure. He'll push it to the 37. Gains a couple of yards. That's Gordon, actually. Javen Gordon is in it. They've used just about all their backs. Barnes has played. Gordon, McClure, Turner. Don't think we've seen Mobley. We saw him in the first game a little bit. Graham on the tackle again with Jaden Yates for Ole Miss. Third down coming up. It'll be 3rd down and 8 from the 37-yard line of Ole Miss. Ball squarely in the middle of the field. Slot receivers, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Tight end, H-back left is Pascuzzi. He goes in motion to the far side. There's the snap. 3-man rush, and a quick firing pass is complete. Little hitch route. Tulane has hit us for some passes now. We're down in the backfield injury-wise a little bit. And that was complete to Shaz Preston. And they've got some good receivers. They got a quarterback that can throw it. And they moved it up down the field a little bit, just have not produced any points, only 3. This was to the 27-yard line, a 10-yard gain, first down, Green Wave.
Yeah, nice little spot there, a little hole in the zone coverage, and was a quick hitter for the first.
Fake on a handoff. Retzloff wants to throw, sets, now runs to his left and just threw it away at the feet of the intended receiver, Jimmy Callaway. We had 2 guys there. They had 2 guys. Retzloff couldn't find anything downfield and said, you know what, this is just not going to work, and threw it away. Andrew Maddox had pretty good pressure, the freshman from Hattiesburg.
Yeah, that's another reason you want to get rid of it. David, big 315-pound Andrew Maddox was bearing down on you, and Retzloff made a heady toss out there just to get rid of it.
Cameron Beavers is now in too, the redshirt freshman from Bay Springs, Mississippi.
Got to keep a Bay Springs guy in here.
Home of Harry Harrison. One of the top 5 players in Mississippi 2 years ago, 9th best defensive lineman in the country. Waiting his turn. There's a pass over the middle intended for the tight end. Pascuzzi on a little skinny post route, and Yates and Banks were there to break that one up. 3rd down now.
Yeah, that was not a good toss there by Retzlaff. He had a lot of time to see the field, but the receiver just stopped on him. I think he thought he was going to lead him across the middle, and the receiver just stopped, and so incomplete, 3rd down.
7:38 to go. Ole Miss leading 41-3. Tulane looking at a 3rd down and 10. They're 5 of 12 on the night on 3rd downs. And this will be at the Rebel 27-yard line. It's 4-down territory, I'm sure, for the Green Wave. They got 3 receivers to the left, the wide side of the field. The snap. Retzloff wants to throw. Lobs it near side. Got a man, overshot him. Wow, I think he just should have let that one go, John. He kind of sailed it to the 5, and the receiver, Anthony Brown-Stevens, was open on that corner route.
Yeah, he just didn't give him a chance. You got to give your receiver a chance over there to catch it, and he didn't do that. He overthrew it. He threw it out of bounds, actually. No way to catch it.
4th down now for Tulane. Rebels are swapping out some people, getting Eccles back in, and we got Perkins coming back in, get the A-team back in there. Franklin's coming back in. This is the 10th play of the drive. Tulane has 4th down and 10 from the Ole Miss 27-yard line. Right hash. Dottery's back in too at linebackers. Yates stays out there with him. Gushikin is checked back in. There's the snap. Pressure off the edge. Retzloff runs to his left, fires it downfield. It's going to be incomplete at the 11-yard line. Ole Miss will take over. It was Kapena Gushikin who dove across and slapped that ball away from the intended receiver, Omari Hayes, and the Rebels will have the football. Although there is a flag now. Let's see what that's about. Here's the call from the field.
Holding offense, number 76. Penalty is declined. Results of the play is a turnover on downs.
David, the Rebels have done a great job tonight in the 4th down conversions.
So we'll take a break. 4 straight incompletions, and Ole Miss will have the football leading 41-3 with 7:25 to go. When we come back, Rebs will have it at their own 27. This is Ole Miss football from Learfield.
Hey y'all, I'm Steve Azar inviting you to escape to Pearl River Resort where the fun is going non-stop. Go off the deep end at the South's most exciting water park, Geyser Falls. After the thrills, test your skills at the Dancing Rabbit Golf Club. There's dining delight and love at first sight. And it's always no work and all play at Silver Star and Golden Moon Casinos. So come on, leave it all behind and head to Pearl River Resort.
Farming is probably the most natural thing for a person to do. It taught me how to take pride in my work, how to put something ahead of myself. Whether it was getting up early to feed the livestock or working late to bring in the harvest. Farming taught me to give it my best, no matter the job. My name is Tanner. I'm a farmer. I work for Case IH.
Case IH, built by farmers. Celebrate the season at Oxford's Holly Jolly Holidays. Now through January 4th, stroll through the Walk of Lights, featuring brand new displays like Santa's Toy Box and the Gingerbread Village. Lace up for real ice skating at Oxford on Ice, and follow the Peppermint Trail for festive fun throughout town. Plan your visit today at visitoxfordms.com and follow along on social media at visitoxfordms.
Hey, Rebel fans. For more than 50 years, Mississippi Asthma and Allergies board-certified team of allergists has treated patients by identifying triggers and creating personalized treatment plans. Now with 8 convenient locations across Mississippi, including Oxford, we're right next door when you need us. Treating infants to adults and Ole Miss students. Find our clinic nearest you at msaac.com. Mississippi Asthma and Allergy, helping Mississippi live life to the fullest and allergy-free.
Back in Oxford, where nobody has left. Fish and I were talking about it during the break. I mean, look at this. Nobody has left. The Rebels are winning 41-3 with 7:25 to go. And this place is packed to the gills.
It's turned into a rock concert.
I'm telling you, you got the wristbands going with the lights and all the fun. The marketing folks have done a fantastic job.
Everybody's having a large time.
Yeah, having a large
41-3 doesn't hurt either.
No, we're having a large time, too. The Ole Miss defense has an interception, 2 fumbles, 2 sacks, 6 tackles for losses, 7 quarterback hurries.
How many fourth down stops?
We got some changes going on that we'll talk about. Austin Simmons is going to be the quarterback. Ethan Fields is going to play left tackle, the sophomore from Geismar, Louisiana. You got P.J. Wilkins, sophomore from Atlanta, Georgia, playing left guard out of Charlotte, transfer from Charlotte. Joe Curry is in from Madison, Mississippi. Curry, number 69, is playing center. Here's a give. It's going to be Damian Taylor, the running back, too, getting a chance to play. And he gets a run out to the 32, I believe. Let's see. No, to 29. They said he was down at the 29. So that's only going to be a couple of yards. It'll be second down. And, hey, let me get some more names for you, Harry. We got
number 70, a right tackle.
Yeah, Devin Harper, the freshman from Shreveport, Louisiana. Is Therese out there, Davis, playing for Cootis?
I would guess Therese Davis is in there.
It's number 55. I'm just guessing. I don't see him.
I think he's at left tackle, isn't he? Or is it? Well, I can't tell right now.
Got 3 receivers to the right.
He's at left tackle. Dave just pulled.
Simmons hands the ball off to Damian Taylor. This is not a bargain for Tulane because Damian Taylor's just a hair off being a player that's going to run a lot. He's a transfer from Troy, from Northport, Alabama. Joshua Pfeiffer's in at wide receiver for Ole Miss as well.
Yeah, Therese Davis is your left tackle, Dave.
Okay. So Therese Davis from Hyattsville, Maryland, in the game to a transfer from Maryland. We got an injured player. Isaiah Hartrup, who does the kick returns, is in as a receiver, too. The senior from O'Fallon, Missouri, transfer from SIU, Southern Illinois. So just trying to get some names. So moms and dads will be happy.
Yeah,
Devin Price getting a chance to play, which is really special.
It is.
Devin has played a lot this year on special teams. He's a redshirt senior from Bryan College Station, Texas. He transferred in from Florida Atlantic. Of course, he is the son of the late Ole Miss assistant coach Terry Price and his mom Kenya, and we love that family for so many years.
That's
Great
right.
to see Devin, as a redshirt senior, getting a chance to play in the college football playoff game as a receiver. Trace Bruckler is in. We've seen him off and on throughout the game, too. So that's a bunch of new names. Right now, we're concerned about an injured Tulane player, Sam Howard. We want Sam to get up. What a great player Sam is. It's going to be third down and about 4.
I'm not sure what the crowd's chanting, but there's a big chant going on. Pete, is that what it is?
Pete.
Got it.
Yep. Ball is spotted at the 34-yard line, 5-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 3 when we resume action. But right now, checking with the injured player. You know, Pete elected not to do the Walk of Champions with the team. He wanted to stay in his routine as defensive coordinator And he came over here, did some stuff in his office, met us on the field to do the live interview that he needed to do as a head coach. But he said, we'll deal with that next year. I wanted to be all about the players. He has been so consistent, John, about being about the players in this crazy transition that we've had to deal with over the last several weeks. And I think he has handled this just incredibly well.
Yeah, really good to see that, since the last month was nothing about the players. And
right.
And they deserved it so much. 11-1, first playoff team. Got to rank number 6, and it should be about the players. So, yeah, I commend him for that. And the crowd yelling Pete right now, if you can hear them.
Well, he's a great story.
Yes, he is.
Born in Hammond, Louisiana, the strawberry capital of the world. Sam Howard is up and walking off the field. He went to Delta State, was in Cleveland for a while. He's had a little bit of a wild life down there, he said, but played ball, was a good player. And then jumped into the coaching world and ended up eventually at Alabama, defensive coordinator for Nick Saban for 5 years, I think. And incredible opportunity there. And then it really came to Ole Miss because his family wanted to get back to Mississippi.
Yeah, his wife loves Oxford.
Yeah. And so he makes that move to here, and now he will be the head coach, or is the head coach for Ole Miss. Simmons in the game, takes the snap, runs to his left, fires downfield. Bobbled and dropped by Luke Haas, as may have been blinded there a little bit by the DB. It'll be 4th down on that incompletion.
Yeah, maybe a little hot to handle there. Simmons was sprinting out to his left. He's a left-hander, and I think just a little too much mustard on it to Haas, but couldn't come up with a catch. Was a tight end. Number 9, who came in there from the University of Arkansas. Pete was the defensive coordinator, David, out at Texas San Antonio for Frank Wilson, who incidentally is going to come to work for Pete here in a few weeks.
Frank is the interim head coach at LSU and will coach them in the bowl game and then come to Oxford. Here's the kick, and the punt will take it down to the 20-yard line from Bird, Oscar Bird of Ole Miss. 46 yards unofficially is what I got, and Tulane will be back out there with only 6:04 left to play, and Ole Miss on top by a score of 41-3.
Yeah, Tulane still trying, David. They got their first team in offensively and still trying to put some points up. Have moved the ball up and down the field today, but come away with no points. And as you can tell, with only hanging 3 on the scoreboard, but Rebel defense is a whole bunch of backups in there now.
46-yard punt. We got Traylon Ray as a DB out of Tallahassee, Florida, the junior, who's been really on both sides. There's a handoff. New faces for Tulane. Stacked up in the line of scrimmage is Maurice Turner. No gain. It'll be 2nd down. TJ Banks and Traylon Ray combined on the stop.
Got number 90 in there, David, on the defensive front. That would be, if I can get to the right, Jeffrey Rush from Pascagoula. Number 90, defensive tackle, the end.
From the 20-yard line, it'll be 2nd down and 10 for Tulane. They've got 3 receivers out to the right. There's the snap to Retzloff, who's still playing quarterback, and he, throws it over Rebel, hits a receiver, and racing down the field all the way to the Ole Miss 40 is Shaz Preston. That was a great throw, JD, by Retzloff there.
Yeah, it was. Stepped up in there, zone coverage for us. It's a deep crossing route, and hit him in stride, and that's hard to cover when he split those defenders, and saved Traylon Ray saved a touchdown right there, looked like.
40 yards to Preston to the 40 of Ole Miss. 1st down for the Green Wave.
Yeah,
Trips to the right here for Tulane.
I think that's Retzlaff's best pass of the day, David.
Yeah.
Right over the outstretched arms of the linebacker, dropped it right in the bucket.
Fakes a handoff, runs to his right, thinking about running himself. Now comes back to the near side. He's got a little room to the 35, still on his feet to the 30, and tackled out of bounds. Great run there by Jake Retzloff, who's had a fantastic year for Tulane. This is going to be the end of the road for the Green Wave, but what a year. They won their conference. John Summerall did a great job. Everywhere John's been, he's been super successful. We hope the next stop, maybe not so much, since he'll be within our conference with the Florida Gators, but we anticipate him doing a wonderful job there as well.
Yeah, brilliant young head coach.
This was an 11-yard pickup and a 1st down to the 29 for Retzloff. And they'll go to the line of scrimmage again. Ray made the tackle again for Ole Miss. Ball on the left hash this time. Pistol formation again with 2 other backs in front of Retzloff. fake on the handoff. Quick pass near sides and be caught by the tight end Reed. He works the sidelines. He's the 10 to the 5. Big guy is in the end zone. Touchdown, Tulane. First TD of the game for the Green Wave, as it's Justin Reed, spelled Justynreid, junior from Noonan, Georgia, gets the score.
Yeah, he picked up a blocker downfield on number 0, Traylon Ray, who's not played a much corner since he's been in college. He didn't know how to fight off of that, but Tulane has been fairly successful, David, getting in the end zone.
With 4 minutes to go, that'll make it 41-9. They'll try the PAT. It'll be Durkin with a point after attempt. Clark is the holder, their punter. The snapper is Jason Arredondo. 4 plays, 80 yards in 2 minutes and 3 seconds. 29-yard strike to Reed for the touchdown. And the kick is good. They had a key play of 40-yard pass to Preston as well. So a nice drive for Tulane. And it's 41-10. Ole Miss leading.
Yeah, I'm sure that defensive staff's not going to be happy giving up that quick drive of 80 yards, but nonetheless, a lot of backups in there playing for the Rebels right now, getting some reps. And Rebels gave up 10 when the Tulane was in here back in September. They've given up 10 today. This game means a lot more than that one did, of course. And the Rebels up 41-10 with 4 minutes to go exactly in the contest.
You know, you think about Tulane versus Ole Miss, and Tulane has really lifted their program and done a great job, and they're hoping they can keep that going with Coach Hall as well. But, you know, deep down inside, Harry alluded to this earlier, Ole Miss fans love to go to New Orleans. Well, the Tulane-Ole Miss series has been a good one through the years. You're hoping that it can, be more consistent as we move on down the road as well.
Yeah, I talked to Coach Hall, prior to meeting Coach Pete out there to do the interview, and asked him about their NIL. And he said for their level, he said they've really done well with the NIL. So they've been able to bring a lot of portal players in there, and he's real pleased moving forward being the head coach.
Rebels trying to win their 15th straight over Tulane overall, but prior to that run, we've had some knockdown drag-outs with the Green Wave. John Dardell can tell you about some of those. Here's the kick. It's going to be kind of a squib kick as Ole Miss was playing up looking for the onside. This one's going to roll through the end zone and be a touchback. They're trying to hit a dead spot and somebody run it down. That didn't work out. And so Ole Miss will have it at the 25-yard line.
So the last time we lost to Tulane was 1988. Is that correct?
I don't know. Look it up. Keep asking these questions.
I did look it up.
You had to look it up.
That was more of a statement than a question.
John says, please don't look that up.
Let's don't talk about that. Let's just enjoy this victory.
Homecoming. Wesley Walls was on that team too, right?
That's right.
And we interviewed Wesley in the pregame. He's on the college football playoff. That was a great interview that Brett and them had with him, Brett and Richard.
He brought that up to me this week. He said, we lost to him in 1988. I said, yeah, this is two different teams right here. It's just...
Taylor Polk, by the way, we've been told is going to be the defensive coordinator, former Ole Miss linebacker for Tulane. Little hitch route.
He's going to be the coordinator for Tulane or Florida? For Tulane. Go stay at Tulane.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Hartrop on the catch there for Ole Miss out to the 29-yard line, a 4-yard gain.
And Taylor Polk's a great story, David. Walked on, undersized linebacker from Brandon High School.
Yeah.
We always had the long hair. Remember that?
Yeah, he's got short hair, looking sharp. He's got a little one
and a child
and
one on the way.
Second one on the way.
Yeah,
we had a chance to talk to Taylor before the game. We talked to him twice.
Ole Miss graduate.
We were laughing about, we're playing like every quarter, Ole Miss and Tulane. But we've been told he's going to be the defense coordinator for Tulane. Austin Simmons running the show as a 2nd and 6 on the 29. Hands it off to Damian Taylor. Taylor's going to push it across the 30 to the 32-yard line. Gets 3. 3rd and 3 coming up. Despaney on the tackle for Tulane. Ole Miss in control of this one, about to get the victory and for the first time ever win 12 games in a season. 2:56 to play. Rebels 41, Green Wave 10. Ole Miss will have a date on January the 1st, New Year's Day, with the Georgia Bulldogs in the Sugar Bowl. And looking forward to that. The Georgia Dogs got this first round off. And the game we had in Athens was something else. Ole Miss scored on the first 5 possessions, touchdowns on the first 5 possessions of that game, but we couldn't stop them either. Defense was not really sharp for either team, but Georgia figured out a way to get it done. Simmons runs and slides. I think this cost him the first down because he slid before he got to the marker. And that'll be at the 33-yard line. He's going to get only a yard. And we have another injured player down. Chris Rogers on the tackle for Tulane, another injured Green Wave. And it's number 5, Harvey Dyson.
Timeout for an injury to a defensive player. Please reset the game clock to 2:13.
Oh, you don't have to do that.
That guy just bailed out, David. He didn't get hurt. He just simply ran up there and fell down. Stop at the clock.
2 minutes and 13 seconds. Well, I don't know about that one.
I watched him. I just saw it. Here he comes right up there.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Then he just went up there and fell down.
Or if he was,
he walked back to the line of scrimmage and fell down.
Well, if they see those now, they can penalize you pretty good. Doesn't matter. Game is pretty much in hand. 2:13 to go. We're approaching the 2-minute timeout. Ole Miss leading 41-10. You know, John, I also think about you had a big win over Tulane, too, though. You and Jibia connected on one right over the helmet down in New Orleans, right?
Yeah, that was a close one. Went down to the last 4 seconds, I think, when we scored. And,
89?
Yeah, 89 in the Superdome. And
so they recovered, got a payback.
Yeah, a little bit. They didn't have Terrence Jones in 1989. He was there in 88, man. He was a good player, and we just couldn't stop him that day. And we got a long touchdown run call back. You know, we call it the $500,000 clip because it cost us a Liberty Bowl.
The 2-minute timeout.
They're going to let the clock run. We go to the 2-minute timeout. And 2 minutes away from Ole Miss advancing in the college football playoff. 41-10 Rebels. This is Rebel football from Learfield.
Inspired by the moments that matter. The last-second touchdowns. The rivals outranked. The play fakes that surprised everyone. Especially the other guy's defense. At C Spire, we connect you with all of it, on and off the field. With nationwide 5G wireless, fiber home internet, and business IT solutions. Because we're not just in your town, we're on your team. C Spire, customer inspired.
Don't stop planning for your future. Don't stop investing in your kids' education. Don't stop dreaming of that new home. And don't stop growing your business. Whatever you're passionate or dreaming about, don't stop. Because when you have a bank you can trust, you have the confidence to take on tomorrow. Speak with a Trustmark associate today for advice on achieving your goals. Trustmark. People you trust. Advice that works. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is professional ball player Jake Mangum. I know what it's like to live, eat, breathe, and play in Mississippi. And no other insurance company competes on my level like Mississippi Farm Bureau Insurance. I love my home team at Farm Bureau because they get me and they get what I need. Visit favrates.com for great rates on home and auto insurance. Or find a local agent at msfbins.com. Farm Bureau Insurance. Go with the home team.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Beautiful night here at Vaught Hemingway Stadium. What a gorgeous day we've had. You couldn't ask or drawn it up any better than what we've had on this college football playoff day in Oxford. Fantastic weather, the grove full, very festive with Christmas trees and decorations. The chandeliers were red and green out there. It was a lot of fun. And we've had tons of entertainment from the marketing department. More importantly, the Rebels have taken care of business. They're leading Tulane 41-10. With only 2 minutes left to play. Faced with a 4th and 2 at the Rebel 33, and the offense is still out there. Go figure that.
And we're talking about the second offense, not the first offense.
So we'll see if they're going to try to go for it here. Derek Shepard's been playing for Tulane. I want to get some Tulane names in there maybe we haven't mentioned. Getting a chance, get some action. They've got their starting group back in now. Hamilton, McAlpine, and Hopper. Here's the snap, and we're going to go for it. And Chambliss throws it downfield. Got his man. Caught at the 40-yard line. Evan Price. There you go, DP. Make a catch.
How about that?
Wow.
4th and 2 on your inside your own 30-yard line, and you throw a bomb.
And that's another opportunity to talk about our friends at Mid-South Ag Equipment. Make sure you have the right red tractor for your operation with Mid-South Ag Equipment, because Can-Do comes in red. Every time the Rebels convert on 4th down, it's presented by them. This is all the way to the 32-yard line. 35-yard gain to the 32. And that's a first catch for Devin Price. Terry Price, the late Terry Price's son. Mom is smiling.
Happy
Kenya,
for him.
Yep, absolutely happy. Handoff. Taylor, he's got a big hold. Runs off right tackle all the way down to the 16-yard line. And that'll be a pickup of 16 to the 16. Rebels are in the Wade Incorporated green zone now again. Another bank first down. Wade Incorporated, visit them online at wadeinc.com. Only a minute 4 to go. Rebels may just let this one roll. Another first down for Ole Miss. Damian Taylor, who's transferred from Troy out of Northport, Alabama. He's got 2 rushing touchdowns on the year. Got those early in the season. 1st and 10 at the 16. Simmons takes the snap, runs up and goes down on a knee, and the Rebels are going to knock off the Tulane Green Wave. Taking a knee here, the victory formation. Before we leave, John, final thoughts. What a great game, huh?
Yeah, well, it was a great crowd, and just one to remember, a day to remember in Ole Miss football history. The crowd was great. Came out in the second half and took care of business. Good win for Coach Golding and these players.
Only 23 seconds left. One more snap should do it. Austin takes the snap, runs up and takes the knee, and the Ole Miss Rebels win the college football playoff game here in Oxford against Tulane, 41-10. John Summerall will take off to Florida, be the head coach of the Florida Gators. We will face him again September the 26th next year as a head coach in the SEC.
But we're still playing in December, David, and this year isn't over yet.
Off the Rebels go to the Sugar Bowl in New Orleans.
January 1st.
January 1st against the Georgia Bulldogs. We'll talk more about that in our postgame show. Our C Spire postgame show is coming up. Brett Norsworthy and Richard Cross will be joining us for that. Brett is in the locker room to get some interviews for us as well. Dan Courts will give us some other action of what's going on. Interesting game earlier today with Miami and Texas A&M. We also got another one coming up tonight as well. C Spire postgame show. Upgrade your technology for homework and on the go with C Spire. Visit cspire.com. 68,251 all smiling, those that are wearing the red and blue, as the Rebels get the 41-10 victory over Tulane. We'll be back on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill, when your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. And the